Is everyone listening to?
5, 4. Next.
Next.
3.
Helps if they turn on the mic. Oh, the
2.
headphones.
1. Are you ready?
We're ready.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, good morning. It's
Is it?
Is it Monday?
Lee barrels.
and the donkey man is in the house.
Donkey man's in the house. Come on.
Little Timmy.
Waving you Yankees today. Thank you.
Oh my
Thank you.
God.
No, you're not. We got Yankees around here.
We might have they ain't in this building.
Well, I went up north yesterday. All the way to Newbern.
All the way to Newbern.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you did go out of town, didn't you?
If I'd made it just across the river, I'd have been in Yankee land for sure.
They're up there too. Bless their heart.
So, yeah, it's a good place up there. And there's a whole lot of Southern tradition in Newbern.
Oh yeah,
the first capital of North Carolina.
Pepsi Cola was born there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Elvis Presley performed live there back in the 50s. He drove right through Jacksonville, North Carolina, right on Highway 17 after he performed in, I think it was Jacksonville, Florida the night before, he and his band. And they drove that car all the way north all night long. And he got up to Newbern. I think he had a station wagon at the time. And he stood on the tailgate of that station wagon and performed. That was in the 50s.
Mm.
Yeah, I read that somewhere. It may have been something I wrote and just, I made it up or whatever. But anyway, I think it's true, mostly.
Well, at least he got to see Pollocksville in its prime. So. Went right through there.
In 1955, 6, something like that. I'm not sure. I know there was a Pollocksville, but was there a store there? in the 50s?
In 50s? I don't know. I wasn't quite born. I wasn't even thought about then.
Mm.
But yeah, it had to have been something.
I guess. Yeah, there was stuff there. I
don't know if the hotel was there or not.
Hotel?
Yeah, the little hotel they used to have in Pollocksville.
Was there one there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
My. How was your turkey day? Lee?
Mine was very, very good.
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit here this morning before we turned the microphones on. So you had family and...
I had family, and it was a relaxing time. I had the college kids home.
Any leftovers?
No, because they went with everybody. I had bought Tupperware and baggies and said, y'all are taking everything home. Leave me one piece of pie. And
what kind of pie?
It was pumpkin.
Oh, okay.
And a little bit.
Keep it.
No, but I also made some pineapple cupcakes with cream cheese frosting on it.
Pineapple.
They were
cupcake.
so
How do you make
good.
pineapple
That'd be
cupcakes?
good. I love pineapple.
I do too.
Yes.
Pineapple cupcakes.
It's a pineapple cake mix, and you add crushed pineapple to it. It was very, very good, but I wanted to add a little bit of something sweet for the kids, so they took all those home. Like, okay, we're good.
My Yankee daughter-in-law, she made a pineapple casserole. And,
Ooh,
it's pouring on now. I mean,
wow.
she said
Pineapple casserole sounds good. I'm not a big fan of casserole, but
well, it was fancy. She made that and a corn casserole, and I dug in. Now, St. Diane made the famous oyster dressing.
Gotta have oysters.
And I tell her, you don't have, because I'm the only one that eats it. And
what, oyster dressing?
Yeah,
really?
Most of them don't care much about it, but
what's wrong with them?
I don't know. I ain't figured it out. There ain't one Yankee in the whole crowd. Well, the two little kids, they half Yankee. They ain't gonna eat nothing anyway. But it's good. I love it. Now, Mama used to fix it. She didn't fix it at Thanksgiving, but she always fixed it at Christmas. But it is awesome. I sat right there and picked, and my Yankee daughter-in-law, she said, "Where do you put it all?" I said, "I ain't hungry."
Why are you
I said,
calling her a Yankee?
Oh, that's where she's from.
Well, how long has she been here?
I don't know.
Not long enough.
Yeah, she's transitioned. She said she's dropped 2 children out of her, so I reckon, is that count as not being Yankee anymore?
Well, they're not.
Half.
My sister moved
They
here.
rough.
What was it?
Here.
Okay, then they're not Yankees
They're
anymore.
tough. They got that Ohio blood in them. Now, folks,
My sister transitioned from up north down here, but it's been, I think 15 years.
Yeah,
she'll tell me in a minute. But let me tell you what, no, she's all Southern now. She'll be like, I don't got none. And I'll go,
Yeah.
What did you just say? I don't got none. She'll come out with something.
Yet?
Yeah, well,
You,
if she
you pronounce
comes,
one.
yes,
I do.
she'll come out with stuff, and I said, "You're a true Southerner now." I just laugh.
I got
so funny.
I got a good friend of mine that's born and raised in Connecticut, and if you meet her, you wouldn't know it, because she moved down here when she was in school,
Uh-huh.
and she married a real good friend of mine. In fact, I always told the story that she had a chance to date me or him, and he had $5 more than I did, so she dated him. She wound up marrying him. When they got married, I asked for my $5 back because I gave him the $5, and then, it gets her going.
Lord of
But
mercy.
yeah, she's a sweetheart. Brenda's a sweetie. Now she's something else. But
Speaking of North, boy, they're getting hit with snow.
That's good for them.
Ooh-wee.
it's freezing in the panhandles this morning, in Florida.
Ooh-wee. Well, yes.
Yeah.
And we're expecting some cold weather starting tonight.
Oh, temperature's already dropped 2 degrees since
Yep.
I came in here this morning.
It's
It's
supposed
now
to get down in
36
the
on the
20s
outsides.
tonight.
I know it.
The high 20s.
That's all right. Well, we all went out and bought heated stadium seats.
Yeah.
For tonight.
Really?
You got that right, Bubba.
We're spoiled.
Plug those things in and they charged up, and they put out heat in the back and in the butt, and the double B's. So I'm going to enjoy that. I'll tell
Heated
you.
stadium seats. We're in the 21st century, y'all.
I'll tell you what.
Heated stadium
We have
seats.
heated stadium seats,
I
and
don't blame you.
we'll be taking blankets and whatever
Make
else.
the
we need.
arthritis feel a whole lot better.
Yeah, that's
I'll
right.
tell you, well, after you climb up those 3 miles of steps and get up there to the top where the air is colder.
Here's what we're going to do tonight, though. I'm going to have that gentleman that goes up there early to call the games.
Yes.
Our PA announcer.
Yes.
I've got a 2-inch line. That's called a rope to you guys, but I got a 2-inch line, a big line. I'm going to let him take that up and tie it on the other side, where the railing is at the top.
Oh yeah.
So I can pull myself up, and it's because there are no handrails there.
Yeah. They were
That'll
built
get 'em
without handrails.
And then I'm going to charge everybody who wants to use it $1.
There you go.
Now I tell you, White Oak High School, when they built that stadium,
they've
they
been
put
good.
handrails in, and I'll tell you what, it's nice because that is really high up
I
there.
think Jacksonville ought to do all of his games at White Oak.
Yeah, I
for that
thought about
reason.
that.
Neutral
Whatever.
position.
I've thought about that because those bleachers are nice at White Oak.
Yeah, Ridgeland's got a handrail on theirs.
Do they?
Yes.
Well, we had fussed about the ones at Jacksonville, and they said that the cost of going in and trying to
I
add
think we
them
can
would
get
be.
a GoFundMe account going.
Why not?
Because everybody that goes up there while I'm up there, and I say, they're getting taller, steeper every year, aren't they? And they say,
Yes.
So maybe we could all get a GoFundMe account
Just
going.
what it
whatever.
is in the knees ain't going up as high as they used to.
And that's the problem.
we like to
right.
sit at the top, don't we?
Yeah, because I got a better shot.
Yeah,
better
you can
view.
see everything.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Well, Thanksgiving 2024 come and gone.
Yes,
Family.
it has.
Yes. So then there's the turkey, the taste. And in a lot of households, especially around here in southeastern North Carolina, oysters in one form or another.
I wish I'd had a bat.
It's actually a tradition for people in this part of the
Right.
country. They really do. If they don't do it the day of Thanksgiving, they'll do it the day before, the day after, or the Saturday
Well, that
after,
way,
or the
yep.
Sunday after.
This
and
would be a good
It
weekend.
would be a great weekend. Steamed,
Oh,
roasted, raw, makes no
yes.
difference to me.
Cold outside.
Open
in
a
the
nice
garage,
raw
opening up
oyster
those-
when it's nice and cold in your
Yeah.
I'm
hands.
sure
It's
have
freezing.
you checked the prices this year? I'm pretty sure they're going to be high.
Well, yes and no. I haven't checked them in Jacksonville. I know what they are over there in Beaufort. I know what my cousin bought some down in Sneads Ferry, some farm raised stump sound oysters.
Nice.
And he said he's never had anything. He had not roasted them at the time, but he'd ate a bunch of them raw. And he said the shells are huge, kind of like the ones he said that I used to catch. He wasn't diving in those days, but my other cousin and my other dive buddy and I, the three of us, we'd go down to Sneads Ferry and we found a hole there, a spot where in those days they didn't have clam dredges and stuff that reached the bottom. And those guys were using their tongs. 18 feet of water is a little long to be using tongs because you're going to
Yes.
have tongs that are 25 feet long to work in 18 feet of water. Your butt will be worn out very quickly. You won't get many oysters.
Yeah.
So this was just prime ground for us. We
Yeah.
just dropped down there and we picked up the oysters, and they had shells on. I wish I'd saved some of those shells, 6, 8-inch shells.
Oh yeah,
And the oysters
Wow.
filled them up
Wow. Oh.
during the
they
wintertime.
look like Texas Select. What we
There, you got,
Yeah.
it was there. And some fine eating too, son. Let me tell you what. Those days, there was a guy named Paul Huey at Sneeze Ferry selling oysters. A lot of you guys down that neck of the woods, you'll know who I'm talking about. He was a retailer selling the oysters. He would get them in. The fishermen, the local oyster guys would come along, pull their boats up, and he'd give them, I don't know how much he paid for them, but he was selling them for $3.25 a bushel.
Yeah.
He sold them retail for $3.25 a bushel. He saw our oysters and he paid us $5 a bushel
Right.
and sold them for $8 a bushel. I'm like, okay, this is good profit for us. I mean, we
Yeah.
were there and we could pick up 3 bushels in an hour, no problem. One of us could.
Mhm.
Nah, not a big deal. Water was cold. About an hour is all you could stand it
Mhm.
in that water. But we did that. We did it for fun. Always brought home plenty of oysters too. But the other thing about, I don't care whether it's Thanksgiving with oysters, whether it's oyster dressing
Yeah. Mhm.
or stuffing. Did St. Diane stuff it, or did she put it in a bowl? And,
No,
Cook it
it's
separate.
in a casserole
It's
dish.
in- okay, so it's a casserole.
I don't care another thing about that stuff. That when you put it in that turkey and cook it, I'm not.
Mhm.
I like
That was
it
the
in a casserole.
traditional way.
Oh yeah, I mean, and I've been seen it done both ways. They'd
Mhm.
make a casserole dish and then they put it inside the turkey. But no, I'd rather have a casserole dish, and
Yeah, it's
and
easier
put the
to.
gravy over it if you want to, or you don't have to.
Oh yeah, well,
And
I like my gravy
Yeah,
over
just
everything.
like today, I'll get home, fix me a little square of it, put it on a paper towel, sit right there and eat it like I was eating squared cornbread or something.
Uh-huh.
And
Right.
it's just,
You can cut it just like that.
yeah, make your babies be more naked. I'm gonna tell you, it's good. And you folks that ain't never experienced that,
Mm.
I think I get St. Diane to make some and sell it.
Mm.
You know, that make it because she's fixing to retire.
Yeah, there you go.
Very good for her.
Some people do oyster stew for like an appetizer
Oysters,
while you're
yeah.
getting the fixins and everything
Mhm.
ready for the noonday meal that might happen at 1 or 2 or 3 o'clock.
That's it.
You got some oyster stew over there,
Yeah.
just cooking away on the stove. Doesn't take much cooking, by the way.
Mhm. No.
And then everybody goes by and you get a little cup of it here and then come back for a little cup more. Generally, it's cold on Thanksgiving morning,
Yeah.
so that tastes really good.
Okay, but I'm
And
still
it's,
full from
and,
yesterday.
yeah.
Well, I am
Just-
too.
Then it's my wife did something this year. She's got a recipe for it. It's called scalloped oysters.
Yeah.
You've ever had scalloped
Heard it.
oysters?
No.
Well, I'm not sure what's in. Wake up. She is awake because I just woke her up when I went up there. Maybe if she's listening, she'll tell me exactly what's in there other than oysters. But it's good, is all I can tell you.
Mhm.
And she makes it, and she put it in a casserole dish, and she cooked it yesterday, just before the 12 o'clock meal. And it's called scalloped oysters. So
Mhm.
why scalloped? What do you mean scalloped oysters? You cook them like scallop? No. She's baked, kind of baked.
Mhm.
I don't have a clue what's in it other than oysters. Scallops are not involved in the perform. Traditionally, she said they took the oyster shell, the scallop shell. They go get scallop shells, I guess, because they look prettier than oyster shells. And then they would put this stuff in it that she made in the casserole dish, put it in there, put it in the oven and bake it. Got a little thing, and you could throw the shell away when you finished it and have to wash the dish.
Right. And I had that, but it was in South Carolina
Okay.
somewhere. Yeah.
It's kind of like, oyster Rockefeller
Yeah.
that's on the shell and all that sort of good stuff, but not the same taste or anything else. But this is really good. She gets me maybe she'll hand me the recipe. It's not a super secret recipe, but maybe she'll hand that to me later today and I'll put it out there because it's really good. She didn't have any scallop shells. It's kind of an impromptu thing.
Right.
Didn't have any of the
I
shells.
think we
But I
should
think it'd be
urge
good.
anyone listening to call in with any catastrophes that they had because there's always Turkey Day
I was
catastrophes.
going to go there too. I
and I
want
want
to
to hear
from
the
you.
stories.
What happened?
Yeah.
What happened?
If you got anybody that had worked in the hospital yesterday, just give us a
Yeah.
call. 'Cause that's
Yeah.
where they wind up.
Yeah.
Burns, cuts, set the kitchen on
Fry
fire.
frozen turkey. That's
Hold this
automatic
beer
bomb.
and watch this.
Yep.
Yeah. The stories are always the
Y'all
best
watch
part of
what I'm fixing
Thanksgiving.
to do and see how you like it.
Yes.
I didn't hear a lot of sirens yesterday.
I didn't either.
I was in Newbern, in a very nice neighborhood there, so I didn't hear quite as much activity as you would here. And they're not on the flight path for the EMS units like
Yeah.
I am here, headed for Onslow. But I did hear when I got ready to leave yesterday, turned the radio back on in my car, and my ham radio also scans some of the public service channels,
Mhm.
frequencies. So I heard them dispatching EMS over to some location. Woman had been assaulted and she was bleeding pretty bad.
Oh, that's terrible.
I said, well, it's Thanksgiving, family. Oh my. And probably here's what they did. Thanksgiving, first of all, if I'm ever president, I'm going to change the election
Mm-hmm.
till after Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Because
They'll fight anyway.
It'll be terribly explosive Thanksgiving dinners. If you do
There
that.
are already explosive Thanksgiving dinners. Look at everything that's happening. Well, not as many right now because so many of the people that are moaning and groaning and complaining, at least one, has left the country already.
Yeah. I think I read that Ellen DeGeneres
That's the
was
one.
left. And there was another one I read that was leaving. So I ain't
Well, they
buying.
all claim they're going to be
They'll
leaving,
all
but
be back.
they're all going on a vacation
Everybody's
somewhere and
gonna
make a
come
big
back.
deal of, I'm leaving the country. Okay,
Let's go.
well, I've
They're
left the
all
country many
coming
times,
back.
but I always come back.
I only lived twice.
That happens
So
every presidential election, regardless of who the president is.
Yeah, but anyway.
So-
it's yeah.
It doesn't matter.
It's fine.
People
Dear
just
God.
stupid. They put too
We don't-
much.
But now we used
The
to
war's
fight.
going to go on.
We used to fight whenever my mama was alive because my brother was DMV officer. I'm a truck driver,
Oh, my.
and I'm gonna instigate something.
Yeah,
Now, he
of
could get
course you are.
hard headed, and back then he was a hard case Democrat. He's Republican now, but back then he was a hard case Democrat. We sit back there eating, and I looked right at him, and I just looked. I said, "If it weren't for people like me, you wouldn't have a job." And he'd start, let me tell you right. And he'd start. And I knew, and Mama would backhand me every time, and I knew it was coming, and I was still stupid enough not to duck.
Yeah, quit.
But yeah, it was.
Family
Oh.
gatherings are no place for
You
politics.
hard-headed people.
I
I'm
just,
glad I'm not like that. You know, I did not even throw out a barb yesterday. Well,
No, just at us with your jokes.
I guess I got to take that back. I did one, and I hope he's not listening. I tried to get two of the little kids to go over to my son-in-law and ask him, at what temperature does ice turn to water?
You would ask.
My daughter, his wife, sent him out to the store Wednesday to get a bag of ice.
Oh yeah.
Oh, no.
Here it comes.
He left it in the truck with the floorboard. And
that's not
at some
good.
temperature above 32 degrees,
Yes.
it turned to water.
Yep.
It happens.
Yes, it does.
But the kids couldn't get it straight. I mean, I tried to get them, I probed them a little. They just couldn't get it right. But I thought that would have been a funny
Yeah,
barb.
he had a wet floor.
He did.
Yes, he did.
I did go in.
I would have put it in a baggie.
I did go into his garage yesterday morning early, and I saw his truck in there, and all the doors were open. I'm like, oh, I wonder what he's doing. I didn't know anything about it at the time. I found out about that.
Marty, you're still one of my favorite cousins, but don't worry about it. We all slip.
Mhm.
We know where you're from. We all slip.
He's the son of the Thomases, right?
Yeah.
He's a top son.
Thompson.
So
Yeah,
he's got to be.
we're related on his mother's side.
Okay.
Yeah. We in fact we just started claiming each other 10 years ago, something.
Long lost cousins.
I always
man.
picked on him about that. You didn't even claim me till about 10 years ago. What did I do wrong? He just started laughing.
He didn't like four-legged jackasses. That's the problem.
Evidently.
That's the whole thing.
Evidently.
He was the pig guy in those days, the hog man.
Yep. Yep, he did. His daddy started, and he took it over and done very well. I always thought he did.
Always done extremely well.
I thought he did very well. I mean, in fact, my brother he cut some trees down over on the old farm, and he said, "I'm gonna save them for Marty." Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And they rotted. He forgot to tell him.
Oh my.
Yeah, he forgot to tell. And plus, he cut them down on the growth of the moon. And I kept telling him, "You're cutting them down wrong."
Full of.
Well, it was always tradition. You cut wood on the shrinking of the moon, it would dry out better.
Mm-hmm.
And if you cut it on the growth of the moon, it wouldn't dry out.
And then it would rot.
And I kept telling my brother, "Hey, you know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. It don't matter. That was just a superstition." But it wasn't. Because my daddy was very hardcore about that. And you didn't cut wood during the growth of the moon. And so I just thought it was lazy, but he was right. Because you can go down there and cut a river birch growth of the moon.
Mm-hmm.
And you can let it sit out there for months, and you go there and throw it on the fire, and it would. If you cut river birch, it boils out, looks like beer.
Right. Yep.
If you cut it on the shrink of the moon and let it lay out there, you didn't get that. And so Daddy had to prove stuff to me, and he did. He proved a lot during my time. He was a heck of a person because he worked for Sears and Roebuck. Everybody knew him, and back then, there was only 2 service technicians in Onslow County, and they ran from Atlantic all the way down into Pender County.
Mm-hmm.
And so he knew people, and he would bring stuff home.
Betty knew Jim O'Malley too, didn't he?
Oh, yeah.
You knew Jim?
Yeah.
Jim was a reserve police officer for the city, okay? Jim, in those days, Jim was a sales guy over there on the floor at Sears over in New River Shopping Center when they had one there. He carried breath spray because a lot of salespeople would do things like that. A little canister about that, and it fits in your coat pocket, right? And he carried that, but he also carried a can of mace that looked exactly like that, the same size. By mistake,
Yeah, I remember Daddy telling.
By mistake, he lit himself up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my, oh Lord, and it's going to take you a while to get over it. And he probably never had sinuses,
You could
any sinus issues for the
the
rest of his days.
Yep.
Because that stuff will clean you out.
Yeah.
Now, was he related to Terry O'Malley?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Terry was on JPD.
And there was another O'Malley, Terry's brother was in Charlotte PD or Charlotte Mecklenburg PD. I'm not sure which it was.
Terry I believe he ended up becoming a private investigator out of New Hanover County.
Probably.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
So there you go. Wow.
Today's Marine Forecast brought to you by Community Prevention Services. That filled with fun, lots of food, family and friends, and too many cases. All of that comes with increased levels of anxiety or stress, or both. The reason may be the expectations, but not all of the expectations come from those around you. You may expect too much from yourself, or you could be one of those who expects too much from others. It's understandable, especially when you're the one in charge of the day's events. Not everyone in your circle may have the same sense of urgency that you do, and that tends to offend you. They may not operate on the strict time frame that you demand of yourself, and that can be stressful. It's easy for others to tell you to take a chill pill, that everything will come out just fine. Relax, they say, enjoy the day. Today's Marine Outlook is sponsored by Community Prevention Services of Jacksonville. If you find yourself thinking it's easier to spend the holidays all alone, sitting at home, eating a bologna sandwich, watching TV,
Sounds good.
you might be one of those people who no longer looks forward to holidays. If you admit it, you know that you don't like that kind of a situation either. Perhaps you should seek the help of counselors who can help you help yourself and reduce your stress levels. That doesn't mean that you abandon your needs for some order. Perhaps you just don't need to be so stringent. The team at Community Prevention Services can help you find an arrangement that will bring less stress to your activities. Give them a call. Set up a time to meet and talk. 910-353-0972. We still have 2 more major holidays coming up. One's going to involve a lot of food. and a lot of family and friends. 910-353-0972. Offshore out to 20 nautical miles today. Northerly winds 10 to 15 knots, seas 2 to 4 feet, occasionally as much as 5 feet. Sounds and rivers a moderate chop tomorrow. Northwesterly winds kicking up 15 to 20 knots with gusts to 25 knots, diminishing to 10 to 15 in the afternoon. Seas 3 to 5, occasionally up to 6 feet tomorrow, except 2 to 3 near shore. But the inlets are going to be rough. Sounds and rivers choppy, diminishing to a moderate chop in the afternoon. Sunday, better. Westerly winds. When the winds are from the west, the fishing is best.
The best.
5 to 10 knots. Seas 2 to 3 feet. Sounds and rivers a light chop.
And today will be partly sunny with a high near 57. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 28. Saturday, sunny with a high near 49, a bit windy with gusts as high as 16 miles per hour. Saturday night, mostly clear with a low around 28. And Sunday, sunny with a high near 55. And from there, the week goes downhill.
Oh, my.
Lows in the 20s and highs in the 40s.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
I think the highest will be what? It said 42 for the high that day.
Yes, right around,
When?
I
know.
have to look at it.
I'm going to have to go
Sunday
chop down.
night is
I'm
a low
chopping
of,
down some trees. Y'all better watch out.
Sunday night's a low of 28. Monday night's a low of 22.
Yep. Monday night's going to be.
And the
I know.
highs will be in the high 40s, so around 48 or so.
Let's see. How far is it to Key West?
Monday night is
Well, they have
24.
a freeze right now in Florida.
Tuesday
That's the
night.
Panhandle.
Yeah,
That's not Florida.
it's cold.
Florida is south of Miami.
It's my favorite
Yes, you
part.
go there. Yes,
I like the Panhandle. They country folks.
Yeah.
The ones that's from there.
they like gator
Kind of-
gumbo.
I mean, the Panhandle. That's where you got.
That's just eastern Alabama.
Well, yeah, basically, because you got the prison. We used to go
Mercy.
down when I worked for a company called Unijax. We did what we called a prison run. We went down Highway 90,
Mm-hmm.
and we dropped material off at each prison. And they got one down there. Ain't no fence. Ain't no fence line,
But they're gators.
and there's plenty.
Mm-hmm.
And
Full
I
gators.
visited that one, and I said, "Man, oh man, this is not where you want to be." And it reminds me of the movie Life when the guy says, "Ain't no fence line here in Camp 8." You know, and but they wasn't. They swamp all the way around that thing.
Loaded with critters.
And I just whoa.
You know what else
Yeah.
today is?
It is the day
Black Friday.
of the third
Got it.
playoff round.
Black Friday. Oh, yes, it's that too.
Forget about Black Friday. It's the day of the third round of playoffs for the Jacksonville High Cardinals. Go Cards!
Yes, we have
Tonight.
our Cardinal apparel on. I even have my Cardinal socks.
Uh-huh.
I didn't say I
I have Jacksonville High School Cardinal socks on.
Okay.
I'm
all in red. I'm ready.
Wildcat boy. I can't.
What are
have
you
it.
doing? Showing what?
Oh, it was my shirt. It's red.
She's
Oh, okay.
advertising.
I'm wearing red. Red all over. So.
She's trolling.
But Tim, answer to my question is Black Friday.
Yep.
And did you know that
It's red
50% of online sales, online consumers each year are swindled by various schemes
Yes.
No kidding.
and scams that take place?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of those deals that claim to be from yada, 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 check that email address
Yeah, and
carefully.
If you
If
get
it
it,
doesn't say .Sears or whatever.
Yeah.
is this a
involved with
time of
that.
the year where online scammers, they'll put up a fake store and you think it's real, and if it's a deal like it's $100 normally, but you can get it for $10,
I'll give you
it's a scam.
I'll
Don't
give you
do
a
it.
hint. Rolex is spelled with one L.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So you really, really need to be careful. And you need to be careful because sometimes, like in your email, I'll get stuff from Amazon saying, here's a deal for you. You need to go in and log in here and stuff like that. And don't do it. Go in through your regular Amazon site on your
Don't
web
do it
browser.
from any emails.
Don't do it from any emails that you get because it's going to be a scammer, and they're going to get your information and they're going to drain your bank account, and you will have nothing for Christmas. Nothing.
I don't got nothing already.
You'll be eating bologna sandwiches for Christmas.
I like
It's
bologna
just-
sandwiches.
I
I got to
do
drive all the
too.
way to Richlands though to get some.
Right.
They took my Piggly Wiggly away.
Yeah. Go right down in the rich
And then
land. They'll
any
fix you up.
of
Or
the-
you can go to Whaley's in Beulah.
Any of those.
That's like 15 minutes.
Well, if I'm
Yeah.
going to go that far, I'm going
And
to
you got to go down there and
there.
get some of their sausage anyway. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's okay. We're going to talk about
these
Big
postal
Wiggly.
workers. You got to watch out for y'all.
No, any of those online invitations and places that you go to, and if they request that you pay with a gift card
Yeah.
rather than pay through PayPal or anything else like that, it's a scam. Don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do it.
Hey, with a gift card.
Yes, they'll say, we don't accept PayPal, we don't accept Venmo.
Then you're a crook.
You need to go buy a gift card and then, give us that number, et cetera, et cetera. Oh, yeah. There's all sorts of
I'll
schemes
just
out
make up
there.
a number and give it to them.
Yeah. That's
And the emails that you're getting from the supposed United States Postal Service that said, we have a package for you and we're trying to locate you and we've not been able to deliver it. First of all, the post office does not send emails. They do good to answer customer complaints.
Well, they send me
I
an email
agree.
every day.
I totally agree.
They do good to even catch up on
We're
risks.
still getting
They send me.
They'll do informed delivery.
Yeah.
But you've got to go into their website and click on that.
Yeah.
Well, they
They
just
s-
tell me what. But I mean, I signed up for it.
Yeah, well, I did too. I have it, but I go in through a special app for that.
Yeah, they still throwing ours in the yard.
Yeah.
Throw it in the yard. Yeah, I mean, there's a porch and a step,
Jennifer.
and the mail person will still throw it in the yard.
We have
And
a
my
car.
wife gets hot.
Well, they're not supposed to do it. They're supposed to actually, you're on a rural route. They're supposed to sit at the mailbox and honk the horn, and there's no response, then they're supposed to go to the door. And you live off the road, so it's automatic go to the door.
Well, we got one that delivers on Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
He's fantastic. He found our house. She kept saying we couldn't find the house.
Just
He says I come up here every Sunday.
smell for the donkeys. You'll be okay.
Yeah, just look, smell for the donkey manure. You got it right.
Hey, Jennifer, what's happening, cuz?
Good morning. Happy day after Turkey Day to y'all.
Good morning,
Yeah.
Jennifer.
Everybody
Happy
had
Go
a good
Cards Day.
day.
Yeah, it was a great day. How was yours?
It was quiet. We were going to go. We were going to do Thanksgiving at my sister's, and she's got COVID.
Oh,
so
my.
it has been
I'm sorry.
postponed until tomorrow.
Okay.
I was thinking, say I wouldn't never believe that Jenny Pooh, the original grit, and you know what that means, would have a quiet Thanksgiving. I mean, before you moved, I gave Terry a whole box of earplugs. So,
Well,
Terry, I
he's
hope you use them, son.
He's got those handy dandy hearing aids now.
Oh,
And
well, he just turned them off.
well,
the switch.
no, let me tell you, what happened is when they fitted him for his hearing aids at the audiologist, she told him, she said, now look, she said, if you want me to, I can pair these to your phone. And I looked at her and I said, yes, please. So when he's sitting here looking at all of his things on Facebook or whatever, he's hearing it. I'm not hearing it, but he's not hearing me either. I have to really like, hey.
Well, I'm not going to tell it on the air why he's not hearing you, but me and him had that discussion long time ago.
Well, that's all right.
Bless
That's
your
all right.
heart.
That Piggly Wiggly, he said Piggly Wiggly weren't you, so
Get him, Jennifer,
well,
get him.
but I think he ruined me back in '87. But I was fine. so
Not
I
Terry. Not Terry, not my Terry Blizzard, no.
I hate my blood. You keep that in mind. You're talking about my blood here.
God knows.
Of course, I talk about them all the time.
Well, see, I know the managers down there so well, and I'm gonna tell this on you. And there was Travis Koontz, Jennifer, William, and I don't shop, people. I don't shop. And I could walk in there and I'd have me a list.
Oh, boy.
And I'd hand that list to them. Now, Travis and William would sit right there with a pencil and they would put down what aisle each one of them was.
Really?
Jenny Pooh didn't do that.
Oh.
She would take me by the hand because I was a man. I was a wham, working heterosexual American male. And she would take me down the aisles. And I said, Sugar, ain't you got something? I need a break from the children. And that was her favorite. Because, we always had school kids working and stuff like that. And I just need a break from the children.
Well, the best with a list, God love his soul, was Mr. Leon.
Yeah.
He would come in there and he would have his grocery list and he would hand it to me and say, "Hon, I see somebody over there I need to talk to. You finish this up for me." And we would have gotten like one thing.
Oh.
And I'd go ahead. And more times than not, when I got through and would go over, he'd be sitting in the deli,
Yeah.
drink a cup of coffee. And
Talking away.
I'd say, "Mr. Leon, I got your groceries ready. Hang on a minute, hon." He'd reach in his wallet and give me his card. He'd say, "Go ahead and just ring them up."
Ring it up. And he owned the
Yes,
store.
sir. And he owned the
He
store,
owned the
yes,
store.
sir.
Yeah.
So,
And then would tell me where he was parked. And,
Yeah.
You know,
so you,
and one day we were busy as all get out, and here I am going down the aisle with his cart. And it's way back in the day when William was manager. And William come walking by me and he said, "You need to go up front and open." And I looked at him and I said, "Well, I can do that, or I can shop for Mr. Leon." And he said, "Well, go ahead and I'll open." Go ahead and shop for
so
Mr. Leon.
what you're telling me, you're the original, you and the pig there in Richlands, you're the original places that would prepare your food for you, and you didn't even get it online.
Yeah.
They've come a long way, haven't they? They do it online now. The
And-
same thing they used to do.
And the Piggly Wiggly in Richland is that was the first one. That is the one. But I have honestly, now this is no lie, and I won't say their name on the air, but I can tell you, I've answered the phone at the Piggly Wiggly, and them tell me, "Hey, my husband's in there shopping. Will you go tell him I need a box of this and this?" I mean, they have. I've had people call me and say, "You wouldn't believe what I look like. Is there any sort of way you could get this? Just run out here. I'll give you the money."
Yeah.
And because their hair wasn't fixed or whatever, they didn't want that in the store. And they thought Piggly Wiggly was Petticoat Junction. They would call us and ask us when the Christmas parade is. They would call us and ask us, "Do you know that? Can you give us the number to whoever?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I get the number to the deli? I bet you heard that a million times.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They used to call back in the day. Now and Tim know how long ago this was. Can you look out the window and tell me if is True Value open? I've been calling them and I can't get them to answer. I mean,
Lord
that
of
kind
mercy.
of stuff. Oh yeah. Call and say, "What
True
time
Value.
y'all closing? What time's Food Line closing?"
This for all the Yankees moving in. But yeah.
Oh yeah.
So did you did you cook any oysters yesterday?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't cook no oysters on a good day, cuz. I'm sorry.
Well,
I'm
Lord of mercy. Well, you can eat them raw too. They're fine.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Terry likes oysters.
Yeah. Now, why didn't you cook some for Terry?
Honey, I didn't cook nothing.
He's going to starve to
I
death.
didn't
We need to
cook,
send him a
I
bologna
know.
sandwich
We
by
do.
FedEx. No.
Yeah, we do.
I gave
Don't
him
send it
two
USPS and we'll
sausages
get there.
I wasn't going to say that.
How many years
He did fine. He did fine. We're going to have this Saturday. We're going to
Oh, okay.
No, that's
have, I told you about my search
Yeah.
for the callers.
Yeah,
Still going.
you got them.
We're gonna
That's good.
We're going to have all that. But I heard y'all talking about scams and such as that. Yesterday, of all days, on Thanksgiving, I got this Facebook message, and this lady sent me a picture of one of my wreaths, and she said, "Hi, is this available? And if not, can you recreate it?" And I have I had a lady a couple weeks ago from Idaho wanted a wreath, and I asked her, I was like, I think I told y'all, she had been here, but anywho, I was like, "Well, I've got it available. Are you local? Do you need shipping?" And she said, "I'm in Houston, Texas." And I
That's
said,
not local.
"Okay." And I told her, I said, "Give me your zip code, and I can give you a quote on the shipping." And she asked me, she said, "Do you take whatever Venmo?" I said, "I take Venmo."
I had to turn them on.
And she gave me it was odd. She didn't
Here.
wait on me to tell her how much
These are
shipping
good.
was going to be. She messaged back and she said, well, my best guess is it's probably going to be somewhere between $30 to $40 to ship it. And I didn't respond. I went ahead and checked my stuff, and I messaged her back, told her how much shipping would be and, you know, what her total would be. And she sent me she said, what's your Venmo? And I'll go ahead and send payment. And I thought, well, okay,
Uh-oh.
go ahead and send payment. I'll get it in the mail tomorrow. And so I gave her my Venmo, and she messaged me back and sent me a picture of a screenshot. And she said, I need your email address. And I thought, people have asked me what the last four of my
Yes.
phone number is. So they can, but no one's ever asked for an email. And so I Googled it right quick, and it came up and said, they asked for an email, it's scam, whatever. So
Mhm.
and in the meantime, she had sent me the mailing address, because, you know, I'd asked for the zip, and then she sent me the mailing address. I messaged her back and I said, well, that's strange. I said, no one's ever asked for an email. And while I was waiting on her to respond, I did a Google search of the address. And it was a parking garage.
Mhm.
Oh.
Maybe that's where she lives, in her
So,
car, in a
you know,
parking garage.
Yeah, and wants me to send her, pay almost $100. But anyhow, she messaged me back and she said, well, it's because I'm paying you for my business account. And I
Uh-huh.
thought, well, that don't, you know, and I never responded. I just let it go, never responded. And she never messaged me back. She knew she had been had.
Yeah.
And I thought, what? I mean, really, people? Really? I mean, you're going to, and I did ask her, I said, if you don't mind me asking, I like to keep track of what kind of social media is getting out there. How did you find me? And she messaged me back and she said, I typed in wreaths for sale on Facebook. And she popped up, and I thought, well, that's a lie, because I don't advertise on Facebook.
Mhm.
I don't. I have my regular Facebook, and I have Mama Jen's Facebook, but I've never paid a red cent to boost a post or anything like that. I don't pay for any advertisement. So if you type it in, I promise you, you're not going to get little old country Mama Jen's in East Tennessee. It's not going to pop up.
Gotcha.
You know? And I don't have an Etsy or anything like that connected to it. But I thought, really? I mean, there's just so many.
They're to the left of you, they're to the right of you. So
Yes.
just
They are.
good for you. Glad you saved yourself some grief.
Well,
And money.
I mean, I wouldn't have. My mama had a saying, God love her. My mama's been gone. The 10th of this month was 39 years.
Wow.
But my mama used to tell me, she'd say, I might be crazy, but I'm not stupid.
I've heard that one too before.
One of my favorite things.
I admit to being crazy, but I ain't stupid, you fool.
But I ain't stupid, so that's right. Well, y'all have a good day.
You too.
You too, Jennifer.
We'll do feed him today.
Go to Bristol.
Yeah, and
All
if you want to get some up there in the hills where you are, you can go get yourself some mountain oysters. Have a good one.
Yes.
No.
Catch
Not
it
at
in.
all.
All right.
No, not at all.
Don't forget your
Y'all have
ramps.
them too.
Don't forget your ramp. Put them in the ramps. You know, get you some ramps and put them in there and bowl them. You'll be all right.
Yeah.
College,
I haven't
you move back
reached
home,
range,
so you know you
but-
drug Terry back home, back to your home. So you know you got to treat him right now.
Well, that's true.
Now we'll mail him a bologna sandwich.
Yeah, I'm gonna send him a bushel of oysters.
Yeah, there you go. And let you
Well,
open.
now he would love them.
I know he would.
love 'em.
And probably wouldn't love them by the time they got there.
Oh, God.
No.
Shoot, the bad thing about it, you go there and eat oysters at a restaurant. They're cheaper than what they are here.
Yeah, but know where they come
Well,
from.
yeah.
Home. Oh, yeah. No, okay.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. Well, y'all have a good day.
You
You
All right,
too,
my
Jennifer.
sugar.
All right, honey.
We've been invaded. We now have your son here.
Yeah. God
We have the
almighty.
Thomas son.
Thompsons. And what is the question we needed to ask him? It hit me the same we got.
Did you hear me this morning?
Oh yeah.
I figured you did. I knew when you walked through the door, I had the look on your
why
face.
did you want to just add ammunition for Candy? Why did you need that? I mean,
Well,
you know.
she said, "What are you getting dressed up for?" I said, "I got to go next door." I said, I turned on the radio and heard my name in a story, and clear some of it up. A lot of it was.
Well, let's start for the newcomers here who just tuned in. I walked into Marty's garage yesterday, and that's for a different story. I went in there to get a ham from Marty, who was sent there by his wife, Babe, my daughter, to get a ham so I could take it early to my sisters because they were going to come. Y'all were going to come a little bit later, and I was going early so I could give her this sliced ham so she could heat it up for lunch at high noon. He handed me the ham. When I looked in the garage where the ham came from, I'm like, he's airing his truck out because all the doors were standing open. Okay. I registered, but I didn't like, okay, well, maybe sometimes you get some stinky stuff in your car and you open the doors, right? Yes, I do.
Yep.
And then about 20 minutes goes by and I get a call. How far out are you? I said, not too far. Can you come get this ham? I got it. No, Marty gave you the wrong one. I said, okay, I'll be right there. So I turned around, drove back, driving. She's standing in the road, not in the driveway, but in the road, waiting for me. Figured she was going to do a quick handoff, like, okay. But we did that. Got the ham, and she said, you know what else he did?
So she was ill.
You think?
She was willing to do a quick handoff, but once I got out, she said, you know what else he did? What? Well, he went out to get me a bag of ice and he left it in the truck and it melted. That's the reason for what temperature does ice become water, Marty?
That's all.
Well, a slow rate, probably 33. If it's warmer, it melts a whole lot quicker.
Yeah, and it was a lot warmer, huh?
All right.
Yeah, but he still ain't blowed the kitchen up. That'll be his perfect ammunition for years and years.
Oh, wow.
When she cooked, what was she cooking? Fish and grits, shrimp and grits.
Shrimp and grits.
Shrimp and grits.
Oh, I
Like
love
blow the
shrimp and
kitchen up.
grits. I love shrimp and grits.
Well, earlier in the day, was it yesterday? Wait a minute.
We better lock the
It was
gate over there.
Wednesday.
She may be coming.
We'll go back to Wednesday.
Okay.
Mhm.
Either tonight or on our way back home from New Bern tomorrow, we got to get a bag of ice. I said, well, I'm going to go get it now.
Yeah.
Amongst other things.
Being a
Right?
smart person.
Yeah.
you are.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
So I got a bag of ice and other stuff.
Yeah.
And my mind got on other things.
I can
And-
imagine.
Did it have anything to do with the football game?
No, this
Oh.
was Wednesday.
Okay.
Wednesday night, we went to sleep. Thursday, we were sitting there. She said, just remind you, we need to stop on the way back from New Bern to get a bag of ice. And my eyes got real big. I said, oh no.
I didn't get it.
I said,
a bag of water.
oh no.
I ain't what you
She
said.
said,
but
what?
Okay.
What's going on? I said, hold on. Let me get to the garage. And I was expecting water to be everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, I'll have to give kudos. I know they're not a paid advertiser here, but WeatherTech mats
Yes.
are worth the money because there
Yes.
was no water on the carpet anywhere.
Really?
It was in the tray of the back. Now, I laid it in the back seat, and it was all in that little floor mat tray.
Right.
Good.
And I put a tote underneath the outside truck and bent the edges, and all the water just trickled down in there. It did, and it was just damp on the top, and that's the reason the doors were open.
So you bought those special mats because you know that you're of that persuasion that you can do something like that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Just check it.
Yes.
I'll tell you what,
Where
WeatherTech.
can I get those?
Well, your
I have them. They're great.
I may want to think about that.
your granddaughters had 3 different sets.
Do they wear out?
No. Just think what's going on with her in the last 3 or 4 years with 3 different cars.
Oh,
they're molded to a certain model of car. You can might stuff it in there to another one, but it's not going to fit right.
Unless it's identical year and everything. It won't.
Mine are special made for my truck.
Yeah. My boss man, Chris Sherry, he probably must have stock in it because all those work pickup trucks he's got, whenever they buy one, WeatherTech goes in them. Every one of them.
Wow, goodness gracious, guys. Maybe we should send them.
They are the best I've ever seen. I mean, I don't have any.
I don't have any either.
I got mine are Rams. They came with it, and they're good. But now you just don't beat them.
Of course, with the Jeep, you don't have carpet.
No,
but
you can still get them.
Well, you don't need them.
I still have carpet in
mine.
mine.
Open the door and all the water runs out, and then everything's dried out. It's made to do that.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about putting like boats have the boat plugs in the back of them to let the water in or keep the water out. I think I'm gonna drill a hole back there and put a little boat plug in it so I can just drain the floorboard if I need to.
So here I'm thinking,
you want me to do one for you?
Yeah, Candy wasn't ill. Me and Alice said, man, she didn't say really nothing out of the way. So she was outside.
Oh yeah,
I said, let me sweep up the floor a little bit or something. Alice said, yeah, he swept up your trash. You already swept up and all this. She didn't say nothing out of the way. Then now she's out there spilling her guts about everything.
Did she talk? Did she talk a lot on the way to
go,
Melbourne?
Candy, go.
Was that a long ride?
No.
Was it really quiet?
No.
That could be worse if it's really quiet.
Yeah. Well, she's
saving it up.
She's quiet in the back seat, but Allie and I are up there singing with the radio. So.
Well, you did make the effort to get the ice. You did make the effort to get the ice.
Yes, and I did. We did stop. Well, we did stop on the way back from New Bern yesterday. At Circle K down here
to redo the ice.
Yeah, to redo the ice. And before I even got to the front door, it says no bag ice. I said, "Uh-oh, here we go." Got in the car, went to Food Line. I looked over there because it's on the inside.
Yeah.
I said, I see some bags. I said, I'm gonna buy 2 bags. Okay. And when I walked over there, a lady was getting her 2 bags. It was 2 bags left.
Oh my!
I grabbed them. I said, y'all are empty.
So next year, I guess I will fill up my freezers with bags of ice and sell them.
Sell for half price.
$12 a bag.
No, we won't need it that bad.
Not you, but everybody else out there.
Yeah.
I could put a sign up in front of the places that have no ice. I said, ice is that.
Yep.
Bring your cash, no credit cards.
They bag their own. So, yeah, they can get your ice.
That's good.
Yeah, that would have been a long ride for you, wouldn't it?
It wasn't that bad.
I mean, if you had to go to Piggly Wiggly and
yes. Yeah. I said, after this next stop, I don't know what to do. I said, put them drinks in the freezer and then get cold.
Well, I told Candy I had a bag of ice, a brand new bag of ice, and another half bag in the freezers. Well, I keep ice just in case.
She didn't listen to you.
Apparently. Not the first time.
I have a feeling today is going to be
a long day.
A long day for some people.
I love you.
I have that feeling.
I love you, Candy.
Candy, he loves you, and I just gave him $5 to say it too. So you're in the clear.
Yeah,
so Candy, you can get that money back if you want to. You can get it. Just take the money from him. What do you get, sir? I saw Timmy give it to him.
It's in his right rear pocket. Just
was that the back door? I just heard slam.
Might been.
Marty's looking like,
So
$5 gets you almost 2 bags of ice.
Yeah.
At Food Line.
$3 a bag. It's $2.99 plus tax.
It's $2.49 at Piggly Wiggly. Nice size bags. Sure is.
I need to get my ice maker going again.
Yeah. Well,
if I can find somebody to work on that sucker.
I got a refrigerator. It's got 2 ice makers in it. Both of them's quit.
Well, I got refrigerator's doing well for the refrigerator, but for the freezer there. But I got one over here. As soon as we get a copper line one, we're gonna put this other one in operation. And I got a real ice maker. I got one of them Scotsman's outside, but it needs some working.
Well, I know a guy.
Does he? Well, let's talk about who it is.
Well, it's my cousin, his cousin. So we'll screw you right.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll screw you right. We'll get a piece of it.
How many spare tires does he keep with him? He's gonna need more than one.
No, he works on Scotsman ice makers.
Oh, does he?
Yes, he does.
I got a nice one out there. We used to be a nice one. He just quit working. Because I let it set up.
Billy Jones.
Oh.
Little
Okay,
Billy.
well, I'll take him.
Yeah.
He
Little-
sounds
little
like
Billy.
a good cousin.
Yeah,
One of the Jones boys.
He retired from the school system. He was their HVAC repair guy, the head honcho, and he retired. And he's on.
Well, he needs to come on out here. Then this
Well,
one's
yeah,
this
I'll
one's
give you
hooked
his
up.
number.
This one's hooked up real. Well,
I don't know how much he'll charge you, but
Well, you tell him first. You need to call him first.
Well,
ain't
I
got no
call
money.
him.
I ain't got no money.
You ain't got the money.
I ain't got
That's
no
not
money.
him.
I'll give him some ice.
That's all right. His cousin's got money. He
$2.99
just
a
got
bag.
$5.
I got you.
But he's good.
But we do a lot of personal business on here in case y'all haven't figured it out yet. But it's Friday. It's the day after Thanksgiving, and his Cardinals going to win another game
It's
tonight.
heyday.
Yes, they are.
Yep.
Yeah.
Playing
go.
Cape Fear out of Fayetteville.
So Marty and Tim are off working
Well,
today.
you got two Richlands boys sitting over here now. It's even.
Richlands.
Richlands.
Why do they call it Ritlands?
That's what a Yankee might do. But, whenever
I've
time
heard
somebody
it-
comes up and they say, I live in Richlands. Well, you may live there, but
No,
that
I
ain't
said
what it is.
Ritlands.
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 I ain't never heard it. You're the first one I ever heard called
Really?
Ritlands.
I think I heard you call it Ritlands, didn't I?
No.
Well,
That's
Maybe
right.
your wife called
we
it
try not to
Ritlands.
mess up the perfect town. It used to be the perfect town before the Yankees moved in.
So you've already messed it up then, right? That's what you're
Yeah,
saying?
it's messed up, trust me.
So what
I
are you
know
gonna
what messed
do?
it up. You know what messed it up? The day they took the Toot and Tell It down.
Oh,
Well, like
you-
1988.
Toot and tell it.
The Toot and Tell It was
God,
my
everybody
place.
Yes,
wants to
sir.
toot and tell it.
Good burgers.
Yep.
You could get an
Good
extra large chocolate milkshake, thin if you wanted it.
I don't want no thin
Oh, it
milkshake.
was, I don't want to eat them. I like to drink them, but you could get that thing, and it was that tall. You could get a punch double cheeseburger, and it was that big. You could get the best bologna sandwich you've ever eaten in your life, unless you fixed it yourself. And Natalie, my princess Natalie, in fact, I got a story about that. But the best bologna you ever ate: hamburger, steak sandwiches, barbecue. They made their own burgers. They had a building outside. They ground their beef up, and they had a patty maker. And they made it themselves. And their hogs are barbecue. They cooked them themselves. And the reason I can tell you that, because when they go get their hogs, they leave the feet, stuff like that. And Daddy would go by and pick them up. And we'd have hog feet and pig
Never
feet.
heard
Well,
them called hog's feet. I've heard them called pig's feet.
well, they were some big ones.
Oh.
They didn't play. I think that Rams boy, Walter Ray, probably grew them for them. And they were big.
do you plant them?
Plant them? No.
Okay.
You eat them.
You get the feet and the head.
He get the feet in the head.
Souse meat out of the
Souse
head.
meat, that Daddy made souse meat, and I was raised on that stuff.
Every time I went and got one, I didn't want the feet or the head, but
Yeah.
I brought them back because Grandma wanted all
Yeah,
that.
that's it. Yep.
So, Marty, I have a question for you. How
Uh-oh.
about a Cowboy game last night?
Yeah, they finally won. They won 2 in a row.
I watched that. I was like,
Is
my
that 2 in the
gosh.
season or 2 in a row?
Well, the first one at home this year.
Oh,
They were
well,
over
yeah.
5 for last
I
night.
know it. I was just like, when I was like, what?
Yeah, both teams
And I
were
watched
play-
it to the end. I
both
was
teams
just-
were playing backup quarterbacks.
Yes.
Why?
Because our quarterback got hurt and he's out for the year. The other one, they released him.
Yeah.
One got
It
hurt,
was a
one got
good game.
fired.
It was, and I have to say, I was rooting for the Cowboys last night because
Yeah.
they've been the underdog for so long,
Yeah.
and I was just rooting for them, and they came through. I was
If
like,
they didn't
"Go
win
Boys."
last night, I'm afraid they wouldn't win
Yeah,
no more
well,
this year.
Yeah,
One of my
yeah.
buddies called me and he said, yeah, they won. I said, yeah, even the Browns will find a nut once in a while, I read. Because that boy, it makes him mad. You talk about the Cowboys.
Well,
Rachel, I
before-
have a question for you. Do you know any good locksmiths?
Yeah.
Well, you might want to refer them to Marty because I just saw something about
Something
some
click.
locks being changed.
I got an extra room, Marty. Come on.
Oh my gosh.
well, before Sunday, I was rooting for them to keep on losing where they get a better draft pick.
Yeah.
But now they have won 2 in a row,
So,
and
couldn't
Who
be
knows?
worse. Yeah, that's true.
they'll end up 500 and picking about 15 or 16 instead
Yeah.
of a top 5.
Let's talk to a gentleman over here. There's an event coming up here on Monday.
That's right.
Hey, Robin, what's up?
Oh,
Hey, good morning, guys.
yeah. You fixed to be an old fart next month.
An older.
Odor fart AC. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, he's got a
It's mine
birthday
your
coming up.
month. Mine and yours month
I
coming.
have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh my!
Hey, Rob,
Don't lie to me.
if you're on a speakerphone or if you're on a one of the Bluetooth things, can you switch over to your phone because your audio is really bad. Nobody's going to be able to hear you. I can barely hear you.
And I had to turn my
Can you hear me
headphones
now?
up.
You got a hum going every time you talk. So if you could just
How
make it.
about now?
Okay, now talk directly into
This is
it.
like a
Let's see if we can hear
commercial.
you.
Yeah, I'm talking right into it now.
Okay, that's
yeah,
less,
that's good.
That's less worse. Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to wish the Donkey Man and Marty there a happy Thanksgiving. I hope y'all had a good one. Marty, don't feel bad. I've done the same thing with my bag of ice. And,
I can believe that with you.
I swore to Kelly that I thought, freezing was about 52 degrees, so I thought I'd be all right. But,
Yeah.
Oh my
Nope,
gosh.
nope. I had it leak out onto my weather tech mats too, so they are lifesavers.
They
So
are.
I feel your pain.
They're worth the money.
Yeah,
Yes,
I guess down there in Florida where you went to school, the freezing temperature there was 55 degrees, right?
Actually, if it got below 70 degrees, we had jackets on.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
That was cold to us. I mean, no. But anyway, I just want to wish y'all happy Thanksgiving, and Kelly's feeling a little bit under the weather because
Yep.
she busted her rear end yesterday. That's first time, believe it or not.
Oh, right.
First time,
Uh-huh.
first time we've been together since we've been married and all that we had Thanksgiving at home. First
Yeah.
time ever.
Wow.
And this is first because her mother used to live up in Eden.
Mhm.
And she'd go up there, and then when my dad was alive, I always spent Thanksgiving with him. And then, of course, when he died, I stayed behind to work, and I would come over to Rayford's house, or I went to my daughter's house last Thanksgiving, and this was the first time. So Kelly outdid herself. I'm gonna tell you that right now. She really did.
Cool.
It was great.
Good. Now, maybe she'll be rested up by Monday.
Oh, she'll be ready. She'll be rested up and fired up. Trust me. But and I just wanted to say too, Monday is a big day. We've got a new board coming in. We've got 2 additional new members, obviously, John Davis and Tony Padgett.
Yeah.
And we had the meeting originally in the morning, but we changed it to 6 o'clock in the evening, so those people can come out with their relatives and whatnot, come out and people swearing in. And we're looking forward to it. It's going to be a new board, new direction, new ideas. And we're trying to stay positive and trying to take the next step forward. And, we're looking for some good things to happen for Oswego County for the next 4 years. So
Well,
we're all kind of excited about it.
I have a
We another
question.
election in-
I got a comment after her question, but go ahead.
I have a question, Robin. You're familiar with this proposed building in Swansboro where they want to build all these units, the housing units, et cetera, et cetera. And I was reading a news article yesterday where one of the Swansboro commissioners said that they felt like the county needed to be part of making that decision as far as rezoning and allowing the building. What's your thoughts on that?
That's not your
Yeah,
business.
that's a big negative. That's a negative. That's a Swansboro idea, a Swansboro issue. We as county commissioners, we obviously Swansboro is within Oswego County, but so is Jacksonville. And, we don't interfere with their business. That's why they have city councilmen. That's why Swansboro has commissioners that they elect to make decisions for Swansboro.
It sounded like to me, it was like passing the buck. Like,
Well, it was-
I don't want to be the one
to be
to
honest with
vote on this. Let's pass it on to the commissioners, county.
No. So you know what that is? It's called deflection, and that's not
Same
gonna
thing.
Yeah.
So, when you're a township and you have your city council, your commissioners, we stay out of your business. There's no need for us county commissioners to get involved in local city businesses. If they want to join, if they want to talk about a joint cooperative or something like that, or get our ideas, we'd be more than happy to entertain that. As far as any decision making concern, that is solely the responsibility of Swansboro. We're not getting involved in that. And I can tell you right now, if you ask me my opinion, if it did affect the county and we had to make a decision, I'd be opposed to it 100%. at this particular point. I mean, I'm all about expansion, but you got to do expansion wisely, and you've got to be perceptive enough to know that there's some issues that come along with that expansion. And I don't blame the Swansboro citizens. You know, you're talking about congestion, traffic congestion. You're trying to put up some more housing units and et cetera. There's a lot that go into that. There's a lot that goes into that. You got to think about that. You know, you got the majority of the citizens that are objecting to this. You know, your job as an individual, elected individual, is to listen to the citizens. That's who you represent, and it would be wise for them to listen to those citizens that are complaining. They have some legitimate concerns, obviously. But as far as us getting involved in that's a big negative. We're not going to get involved in that. It's not within Onslow County, outside the city limits of Swansboro. So that we have no say, and we have no purview in that area. So,
Ain't got no dog in this fight, is what you mean.
I ain't got no dog.
that's
Yeah.
what
Well, I agree. I was
Well,
just
down the
wanting to
basic.
hear your thoughts on
Okay,
it.
now you got 2 special meetings coming up this next week too. I understand 2 special sessions,
Yes, sir.
and I understand you guys are going to get together, perhaps with the new commissioners on board, and so y'all can have a sit down and explain to each other what the laws are, what the rules are, and what you cannot do as a new commissioner or as a commissioner of any sort.
Oh.
What you cannot do all by your lonesome. I assume you will be doing that.
Well, you know, when I tell all the new commissioners, I got to give Jack Bright some credit here. When I became a commissioner, got elected in 2016, he had a meeting with all of us newly elected to discuss the same thing, to discuss what we can and can't do. And, you know, as far as next week is concerned, you know, we have a workshop, and part of that workshop is going to be commissioner orientation for the new folks that are coming on board. Now, one of them's not really new. Tony Padgett, he was a commissioner before, so he understands the system. He understands everything pretty well, and not much has changed since he was the commissioner. I think he was also one time the chairman of the board way back in the day. So I think that's an important role for the commissioners. You know, the bottom line is I tell the commissioners one thing, new commissioners that are coming on board, you got to learn to count to 4. 4. There's 7 of us, so you got to count to 4. In other words, if you want to pursue anything or vote for anything, you got to have at least 4 commissioners to go with you on a particular topic. It's not a one-man show. You know, it's not a one-man show. It's not a 2-man show. You know, you got the chairman and vice chairman. We make the decisions, internal decisions, and we take on the tougher things that we have to do as far as our responsibilities are concerned. But, you know, when you come in as a commissioner, you know, you may have some ideas and stuff like that, but if you don't get another 3 people to support your ideas or back you, then that dog's not going to hunt. It's not going to go anywhere. It takes 4 of you. And that's why the Board of Commissioners, that's why we have 7 people, is to share our ideas. And you have to get the majority of the board members to agree on something to move forward. And that's clear. That is the mandate, you know, as to what we do as commissioners. You know, if you're a commissioner, you're coming in there thinking that you're going to make changes. Well, that's great. We look forward to new ideas and new concepts, things like that. But you have to recognize the fact that you got to count the 4. Period.
There
1,
you
2,
go.
3, 4.
That's a good way of putting it. Now
Well, you do. I mean,
and the consequences for doing that is you can get unelected in a heartbeat, can't you?
Proof
oh,
in the
yes, sir,
pudding.
you can. We've seen that happen already. And, my job as the vice chairman is obviously to fill in for the chairman. And, sometimes, believe it or not, I know people don't think so, but the chairman and vice chairman have to make hard decisions within the best interest of the citizens and the board of commissioners. And we've had to make that decision within the last 2 years. And, and I had to, as being the vice chairman, I had to write a particular document regarding one of our commissioners. So, those are some of the things that, that we needed, that we are responsible for. And you just got to keep in mind, you got to learn to count to 4, period.
There you go.
It's very, very simple. And, being on the board of commissioners is an honor. You have people that have voted for you. They've elected you. They respect you enough to put you in that particular position and make the decision for the citizens.
And if
you
you
take that into consideration. You got to always remember, as a commissioner, you're not there to promote your individualistic goals or ideas or whatever. You're there to serve the people that elected you and put you there. Because if you don't serve them and you don't, speak for the citizens, well, guess what? You'll find yourself unelected. Period.
There you go.
And
And when you're counting to 4, if you'll start and count 2 from your thumb and 2 from your pinky, and then you'll got 1 finger left, right?
That's it.
well, if you consider a thumb a pinky.
Okay, I got it.
The blonde just came out in Lee and
Oh,
by the
I
way.
got it
You
now.
should have seen
Okay,
it.
I was like 2 from the.
The blonde was awful right
We can
there.
tell you retired from the post
Oh,
office.
my
Yes,
God.
we can.
Was she using her fingers to count?
I was like doing the finger next to anyway.
And then she said, "Oh, I got it."
Oh, I got it now.
She been
Okay.
single too long there. Yeah.
Number 1.
Well, let me I'm going to tell you this quick story, and Lee knows it. I think the hardest I ever laughed was
Robin.
we had a show. I'm going to say it. And you were talking about
Hey, Jim.
Ukraine and all that stuff. And she
Belarus.
pronounced the country Belarus as Belarus. And I remember I was
He
driving.
has
and said
given me
Belarus, and I
so
said,
much.
Are you kidding me? Did she just say Belarus?
I don't know the names of those countries. I never
And
traveled.
I told Leah, and then I called her up and said, it's Belarus. And she goes, well, it looks like Belarus. So
It does.
I don't know.
Phonetically speaking, it looked like
I didn't know what she
Belarus.
was talking about.
I heard it. I didn't.
I don't know these countries. Oh, he has given me. He would call me every other day and do nothing but laugh. And I'm like, I hate you. Hang up. But oh my gosh.
Hey, Robin, maybe we'll come up. Maybe we can get somebody to write some lyrics and do a little song about Belarus versus Belarus.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I'm telling you, what's really ironic about it when you think about it. Here I am as an Asian American correcting this Southern girl on the proper
But
pronunciation.
that's just it. I'm a Southern girl. I spell everything phonetically.
Well, you should have said it with your accent. You should have said Belarus.
Belarus.
That was because it was hilarious.
If you spell out the word and you look at it, it looks like Belarus.
Belarus. There you go.
Was it Beaufort or Buford to you, Lee?
Well, you don't say
Both.
Hillaroo for hilarious.
I don't say what?
Hillaroo.
Don't even, Robin, don't ask. Don't ask again.
Go back to the 4 count. Let's just go back to the 4 count.
No, she's too cute, man. That was funny. I laughed so hard. And every time I think about
He
it,
did.
I still hear her
He
voice.
was in tears
Still
laughing at
laughing,
me.
apparently.
Yeah, he won't let it go. He won't let it go. It's been what, a year? You won't let it go.
Just in
Well, when her birthday comes around, let's get her a map.
yeah,
And guess what's going to be on it?
her birth month. Are you going to get a birth month next month, AC? Kelly going to give you a birth month
Are you
next
going
month? Because I'm going to be older than you all for what, 28 days?
I think it's 28 days.
28 days I'm going to be older than you are.
It's going to be a long
When's your
month.
birthday again? December what?
First?
Oh,
You're right around the
it's
corner.
tomorrow.
Huh?
Sunday.
Yeah, mine's
Tomorrow.
Sunday. Yeah, mine's Sunday.
to? Happy birthday.
And yours is what? Yours is what? 29th, ain't it?
It's the 29th. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah. I can always
So
keep that in mind.
29 minus 1 is 28 days.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
gotcha.
AC is. I'll
And
be
yours-
28
yours-
days older
yours-
than he is.
Robin, yours will also be on a Sunday.
Yeah, I figured that much.
Yeah.
I looked at the calendar. As I get older,
She went back to the fingers again.
You just use those fingers to
That's right.
count. You'll be fine.
well, I don't remember my birthday anymore now that I'm getting older. I look at it and I go, yeah, I got something coming up. Forget it. I don't even want
Yeah.
I don't even want to recognize it. But the fact that, but hey, I feel blessed and I'm still here
Yeah.
and I'm breathing. And I'm going to leave you with this thought since I'm always on Lee, because
I know what's coming up next, Robin. I swear.
2 days from now, we're in the month of December, which is the Christmas month.
Yeah.
And I'm here to tell you, Lee, Die
It is
Hard
not a Christmas movie.
It is.
It's not.
Don't forget it. It's a Christmas movie.
It's not.
It's a classic. So,
He's talking about Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Yeah, Rudolph is a Christmas movie.
Is Frosty the Snowman a
If you
Christmas
want
song?
to be that way,
No.
Is the best little whorehouse in Texas a Christmas movie?
No.
Well, it's got a Christmas
now,
song
you
in
put,
it.
See?
Now, Timmy,
My
you're
point
pushing that.
exactly.
Well, she didn't. Well, she
Nobody
on the interview,
sings Christmas carols in
she
Die
did not
Hard.
write that for a
If you look
Christmas
at the
song.
movie Die Hard, if you look at the movie Die Hard, it happened during the Christmas holiday.
That's true.
It happened at a Christmas party. He went to
So
go
did
see
Home
his
Alone.
wife.
Is that
at
Christmas
a
music? Is that a
Christmas-
Christmas movie?
That was centered around Christmas. That Christmas
Well,
was
you know
the
what?
theme of that movie.
You bring up a good
Here we
point.
go. We
That's
could
right.
argue
Home
all
Alone did
day.
occur during Christmas. So that would classify as a Christmas movie.
What?
Yeah,
Home Alone.
Home Alone is a Christmas
Well,
movie.
yeah, that's what I just said. It is but it was centered around Christmas.
And the light came
She
on.
just doesn't like the gun part of it.
Oh,
I like the.
no, I like Die
What is your
Hard.
favorite scene in Home Alone?
Lee.
The
you
end.
say it's centered
I'm
around
ignoring you,
Christmas.
Robin. Hush. What?
I'm asking all of you. What is your favorite scene in Home Alone? The first one, of course.
The end.
I kind
Just-
of like
all
the
it
whole
says is
movie.
the-
I have no particular
Robin?
scene.
What's your favorite scene in it?
Oh my gosh, there's so many scenes.
Oh
in
no,
that
no,
movie.
no. There's not but one.
Yep.
That involved the boy with his BB gun when the guy
Yeah.
I knew it had to
put
do
his-
with guns.
put his face through was it the doggy door or whatever it was. And he shot. Okay, now there's your favorite scene, right?
Oh yeah, I just remember that. That was there's so many scenes in that movie, and of course, I'm a big John Pesci fan. I love John Pesci.
I do
Man,
too.
he's hilarious.
I watched Gone Fishing last night with him and Danny Glover.
I watched
Lord.
National Lampoon's Christmas movie last night. It was on several times. I
I
almost
watched
text
Dirty
you
Harry to heck with
to
y'all.
tell you it was on. You needed to go watch it. You still need to watch that movie.
I don't.
It is hilarious.
Okay, I gotta go. I gotta do some cooking after we do some weather. Thank you, Robin.
Bye, Robin.
Yeah, real quick though, don't forget Monday 6:00. Tune in if you can.
I'll be there.
Commissioner Chambers for the swearing in, and I appreciate everybody's support, and we'll see you next time.
If my feet don't hurt too much after tonight's ball game, I'll be there too.
That's 3 days
Sure, I
later.
appreciate that.
It takes that long to heal. Bye.
That's what the DMSO's for.
I know, but they don't make it in 55-gallon drums these days. I've already checked, and whew, man, I'll tell you what. Sometimes it can be an excruciating time
Tough.
period.
I had to use it yesterday.
The Marine Outlook was sponsored by Community Prevention Services of Jacksonville. Holidays, we know they're fun. They're great, filled with fun, lots of food, family and friends, the 4 Fs. In too many cases, all of that comes from increased levels of stress. The reason may be the expectations we have, but not all of the expectations come from those who surround you. You may expect too much from yourself, or you could be one of those who expects too much from others. It's understandable, especially when you're the one in charge of the day's events. Not everyone in your circle may have the same sense of urgency that you do. They may not operate on the strict time frame that you demand of yourself, and that can be stressful. It's easy for others to tell you to take a chill pill, to just relax, that everything will come out just fine. Most of the time, yep, they're right. Relax, they say, enjoy the day, and you should. If you find yourself thinking it's easier to spend the holidays alone, sitting at home, eating a bologna sandwich, watching TV, you might who no longer looks forward to holidays. If you admit this, that you don't like that situation either. Perhaps you should seek the help of counselors who can help you help yourself and reduce your stress levels. That doesn't mean that you abandon your needs for some order. Perhaps you just don't need to be so stringent. The team of Community Prevention Services can help you find an arrangement that will bring less stress to your activities. And don't forget, we got 2 more holidays coming up before the end of the year in a month, over the next month. 2 more. Give them a call to set up a time to meet and talk. 910-353-0972. 910-353-0972. Offshore today, out to 20 nautical miles, northerly winds 10 to 15 knots, seas 2 to 4 feet, not too bad. They're going to kick up some of them. You're going to find some rogue waves up to 5 feet, though. Sounds and rivers of moderate chop. Tomorrow, different story. It's going to be worse. Northwesterly winds, 15 to 20 knots with gusts to 25, diminishing to 10 to 15 in the afternoon. 3 to 5 footers, occasionally up to 6 feet. 2 to 3 near shore, but the inlets will still be rough and it'll be tough to get out there and even be near shore. Sounds and rivers choppy, diminishing to a moderate chop in the afternoon. Sunday, westerly winds, much better day. 5 to 10 knot winds and seas 2 to 3 feet. Sounds and rivers only a light chop.
And today is partly sunny with a high near 57. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 28. Saturday, sunny with a high near 49, a little windy with gusts as high as 16 miles per hour. Saturday night, mostly clear with a low around 28. And Sunday, sunny with a high near 55.
You know, Christmas is coming. It's only, 3 weeks away now, 3.5 weeks or so.
Yes.
And you know, we talk about gift giving all the time, right? With this Christmas season upon us, it's the time of year when we like to get together, break bread, and exchange gifts. Finding just the right present gets harder as the years go by. The older we get, the more realistic we become. The gift of planning ahead, planning for the future, is one of the most valuable gifts you can give your loved ones. Estate planning provides peace of mind, helps avoid those dreaded family conflicts, and ensures your wishes are honored during critical times. Right now, you can get a certificate that entitles the bearer to a basic North Carolina last will and testament prepared by Cheryl P. Colson under the supervision of attorney Samuel S. Popkin. It's valued at $300. You can get it for half off, 50% savings. All documents can be securely filed with the North Carolina Secretary of State, the Onslow Clerk of Court, or the Register of Deeds as applicable. This offer does not cover complex estates or trusts. This is just a basic offer, basic certificate. The original numbered certificate must be presented at the first consultation and is valid for 6 months after it is issued and is only valid for drafting and signing one will. It has no cash value and cannot be used for other legal services. For additional information, call the office of Samuel Popkin, attorney at law, 910-347-0100 or 252-647-6016. This is a legal advertisement brought to you by Samuel S. Popkin, attorney at law. The team wants to wish you and your loved ones a wonderful holiday season filled with peace, happiness, and joy.
It's a great gift.
It's a great gift and something that a lot of people think about, but they don't take action on it.
You know, we were talking about the county commissioners and then the town commissioners in Swansboro. And that's why I asked Robin that question, because I heard one of the town commissioners in Swansboro talk about it being a collaborative effort from everyone involved and just not the town Swansboro commissioners, but where they're building this is going into the town. So it's strictly up to them to make that decision. Now, I don't know if y'all are aware of this. Back on November 19th, the city of Jacksonville, their town council had a meeting, their monthly meeting, and on the agenda was this proposed mapping amendment for the subdivision that's proposed going in the Georgetown area. Now, I'm going to tell you what, I watched that meeting the other night.
Unhappy about that.
Because I heard there were some disgruntled people. So I said, well, let me go back and watch it. I'm going to tell you what, I mean, I can see both sides of the story. Number one, going into Georgetown Road is not that wide of a road. And it's one way in and one way out. And about the only trucks that really travel that road are like your delivery trucks and garbage trucks, you know, and that's about it. But if you meet one coming down the road, you more or less have to pull off to let them go by. Plus, that area back there in Florence did have some flooding in that area because it sits right along the New River. Yeah. Now, they were talking about this company coming in and building, and they're going to be building like townhouses and stuff. And they're going to put in a marina there, which is cool.
If they can get the permitting.
If they get everything right.
Don't go buy that land until you don't buy into that until you find out if they can actually get it.
Right. Well, this is in 2013. A proposal like this came up in the meetings, and I do believe that it was passed at that time, but nothing was ever done. Now here it is again, faced with a company that wants to go in there and build. And I have to say, I see both sides of it because, you know, building and adding to our county increases money for everything. But, and but at the same time, the people that lived back in Georgetown, it's a smaller community where they grew up there.
Yeah, they were
And-
born there. They're going there.
Right. And it's just a little small community, and you're talking about bringing all this traffic in, all these residents in. So I absolutely see both sides. But some of these people that got up and talked, there was one who was a reverend. He started referencing all the way back to where Georgetown High School had I think it was a bomb threat.
A bomb threat or a bomb?
A bomb threat. I
Okay,
believe it was a
'cause
bomb threat.
You put out something over.
Yeah, I said something about a bomb, you know.
I don't
but,
remember a thing blowing up
yeah,
ever.
I don't remember. I'm trying to research that. I think it was just a threat. And then he talked about how that the original residents in that Georgetown era actually lived on base, but were bought out because that's when Camp Lejeune went in and bought that land
Mhm.
and made the military. And so a lot of their graves were moved from right in front of the veteran cemetery. And then he went into about how blacks got beat by whites. And I'm like, what has that got to do with this? And then he went into about how the city has never done anything for the residents, and all this is on the mayor's head. And it got really spicy during the meeting. I will say that everyone that spoke was respectful, but some of the threats that came out, they were upset. But the city council ended up voting the majority 4-2
Mhm.
for the map amendment. So we'll see what comes out of that. There's got to be a lot of surveys and stuff done now to see if they can actually do all the things that we're going to do. But they're talking about building a big fence, like a wall between the Georgetown residents and this townhouse. I don't know, but it was a very interesting meeting. Very.
One of the problems in going to an area where, you've got old homes and old areas like that,
Yes.
and you do come in and you do a modernized location, the value of the property for the surrounding area will increase.
Yes.
That means your taxes go up. If suddenly your land is worth 2 times or 3 times as much as it was before, and you were maybe having a hard time paying the taxes before, you're going to have to pay more. That gets to be a problem.
Exactly.
And that's what a lot of people don't quite realize
That's
when
the
something
deal.
like this happens. Yeah, you would like to say, if I'm going to sell my place, but they're not going to sell.
They don't want to go.
And if they do sell, they're not going to get enough to go into some of the other areas that they may want to go into, or the only areas that are left. And
Right.
therefore, they're going to take a
Well,
back
you know,
seat to what's going on.
Oslo County is growing like crazy.
Mhm.
And it's just, but our biggest problem in Oslo County is not the building of new places, it's our infrastructure.
Well, that's part of it.
We don't have the roads right now. I know that there's a lot of projects coming up that's going to ease the burden off the traffic, hopefully.
Build the
Um,
infrastructure before you build the places.
But we have to rely on the state for the money.
I mean, you cannot do it after you do I'll give you the greatest example in the world. Military cutoff in Wilmington.
Oh, yeah.
They built, all of that area was developed, and then they had to come in and develop the roads. And do you know what kind of a mess that was and remains today?
Yes.
20 years later, 25 years later, it's even worse than it was when they were building it. So it's got to be done in the right stages. Now, as far as I'm concerned, you don't move into an area. I mean, no company should be allowed to move into an area to make sudden major changes in an area that's going to have a negative impact on the houses, the homes, the land that's already there.
Yeah.
You could build something and put that fence between the two of you, but that land value is going to go up, and therefore their taxes are going to go up. And what are they going to do then? They're going to be homeless? What? Oh, they can sell out. Yeah, and where? Move where?
Where they going?
Where you going?
Arkansas?
Where
Where you
can
go?
they go? No, that's not what
Or
they want
state
to
in the
do.
union?
Do not do anything that's going to have a negative impact on a community that's already there.
Yeah.
That is selfish, self-serving, and un-American.
Well, just real quick, researching this on Georgetown, and I'm gonna have to do a little bit more research. But according to this news article, it said that just 12 hours before the school's 3 p.m. graduation exercises for the class of 1966,
Uh-huh.
the school burnt down, and they felt like it was due to a bomb. So that's what
You
this
can-
local
you
news
can- you can
story
feel like,
says.
I remember a fire. I don't remember
Yes,
any bomb.
yes.
I mean,
No.
So I'm gonna have to
bomb.
find out some more about
There
that.
was a big fire there.
It's interesting story.
well, I'll just give you a prime example right there where I live. I got a 15-acre horse farm. And after Hurricane Bertha and Fran come through, the owner decided, well, we'll just develop it. And then built a high-end subdivision.
Yeah. How'd that do for you?
And I had some great neighbors, really, because these houses were $350,000, $450,000.
Yeah.
We all got along.
I didn't know double wides cost that much.
Well, they weren't double wides. And
kidding.
then they went on around and built a smaller house in the rear of my property. The people that were up the high end is what I call it. They were mighty upset because that subdivision down here tied into this subdivision. So they were worried about their tax base. And I'm sitting over here on this 15-acre horse farm and I'm getting calls every day. You need to sell that. You need to taxes. And yeah, they went up. And I'm still sitting there and things change. Things go around. Used to, I could ride all over the place. And I give you a prime example. I went down out of that new horse I got. I took him. I always did a lot of horse training right there in River Bluff. I've always been courteous about it. My horse took a dump, dropped some horse apples on the road right in front of somebody's driveway, and they weren't home. So when I got back home, what I did, I got my truck, got me a bucket, went there and got it all up. And a lady come, what are you doing? I said, well, I don't like leaving a mess out here. Y'all let me come out here and ride. Nobody, I've never asked anybody. Courteous about it. And it's just stuff like that. But I've had trouble with that housing project over my animals.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always come out on it because I obeyed the law. Because I would bring the law. Here's what the law says. Here's what I can do. And I always came out because I read the law and I understood the law. But I'm telling you, sometimes it has been tough on me. And it's just, that's just one prime example. And I'm one person. And you know, all them people live down there. They've had problems too. Because they feel like if they can just go anywhere they want.
Yes.
And you got on the property, you better have liability insurance because they walk down your property and they slip and fall. They could sue you if they break their leg.
It's either that or get a backhoe.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, you got to be careful. And like what you said, the older residents that's been there all these years,
They don't want to move.
they don't want to move.
Where are they
And
gonna
they don't
go?
want to see them
Where
come
are
in.
they
either.
going to move to?
Yeah, where are they going? Arkansas is the poorest state in the union.
Something else about that Georgetown area too. That's where a lot of blacks were buried. So they have
Yeah.
a cemetery there.
Yes.
they do.
Because that was during the time where blacks weren't allowed to be buried, where whites were buried
Exactly.
at. So they have a lot of, they have excellent points. There's good
My
on both
community.
sides,
Leave me
you know?
alone.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I would probably feel the same way. So
Hey, Chris,
we'll
what's
see
going
how
on?
We'll see how it works out.
Well, another day in paradise, Rayford. I hope you had a nice Thanksgiving as well as Lee and the guest in the studio.
Oh, we had a
Thank
wonderful
you.
one.
It was
we
nice.
done good. St.
You as
Diane
well.
come through. And
We got
Princess
Mr.
Natalie
Thompson
come
and
through.
Mr. Thomas.
Yeah.
Well,
TNT.
And we keep turning around making sure Miss Brown Thompson don't come in and
Oh,
stab us.
I've been
'Cause
monitoring
we've been
it.
picking
yeah.
on. We've been throwing her under the bus. So we're in trouble.
I know. So,
she's tough.
She is.
She's tough. She's got from her dad. She can take it. But wanted to mention things that yesterday I was thankful for. Was some new donations came in.
Yay!
yeah, very good.
Latest, sadly though, the latest on the Coastal State Veterans Cemetery is we're at 2,702 wreaths, which is up 46%. That is not going to get close to
No.
approximately 2 weeks, where we have the wreath laying ceremony on December 14th, 12 noon. I will be at Cardinal Stadium tonight prior to the game, taking anybody that wants to make donations to Wreaths Across America, in particular the wreaths honoring our fallen veterans. I will say this: I talked to National day before yesterday. they are processing payments as quickly as possible. So our local group that I've created, our numbers are looking good, but we're not going to get to 6,000, sadly. But I want to thank you
Sad.
two again.
We're still going to keep pushing. Now,
Yes.
tonight at the stadium, I know you like to sell these things, and they're $17 a piece, two for $34, and if you buy two, you get a third one for nothing. Now, will you take just any donations, and even if they're like $10, and let them all add up, and you could go buy
Sure, I
them?
will.
Okay, just wanted to be sure. That's good to go.
No, thank you, Rayford. I won't be able to have receipts for people, but if they write a check, I will guarantee that I can get them a receipt for that.
Yeah.
Y'all
And we will
going on?
process the payments and send them up to
Get that to us.
to National.
I have a donation right here for you that was
we got
just handed to
$20.
me.
No, we got
You better
$6
look again.
We got $60 for you right here. So that'll
Well,
buy
thank
you
so much.
from Tim.
That is 4 reefs.
Thank
No,
you,
we're
Jan.
almost. That's their 17.
Well, hey, I've been
Appreciate it.
meaning to drop it off. I just hadn't been here. I mean,
And the
ever
good thing
since-
about
I'm sorry.
Reese Across America is like, he'll be able to purchase so many, and then if there's money left over, that was kind of like odd money, like it all equaled everything, but you had 15 instead of 17 left over. They'll roll that over into next year.
Yeah.
Reese Across America will. So there's always money in there.
But I wanted to tell you that was for me and St. Diane. That we
We're going.
yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, anytime.
Tuesday's the last day.
Yep, and if you put that, I don't know, Lee, if you could take it maybe and put an envelope with what Tim's
Yes, I
information
will.
is.
I
I'll
don't
make
need a
sure it goes
receipt,
on my
buddy.
thank you page.
I really
Well, I'm
don't
gonna
need a
actually-
Oh, okay.
Tim,
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna put it on my thank you page.
Oh, yeah.
I think
Yes.
everybody deserves the
I will
thanks.
give it to you tonight.
I just got
Thank
it
you
from
so
you.
much. I appreciate it, Tim. And again, people, it's not for me. This is for the veterans that are in the cemetery. I watched last night and yesterday a lot of the football games, thanking our veterans. Excuse me. And it's very touching. It's very beautiful. On my page today will be a song by Tim McGraw. If you're reading this, hopefully that will reach some people.
Mm-hmm.
This is directed towards our local community, realtors, car dealerships, restaurants, the people that these veterans not only did business with, but supported. I'm challenging you today to think about how many of these veterans, and I'm going to tell you all of them, have done business with somebody that's a realtor, that's a businessman, businesswoman in this community. And they supported you. I'm asking you to support their memory. And one thing that, Lee, I know you know this because we've been to these events before, other people, when a wreath is laid, that veteran's name is mentioned.
That's right.
So
You read his
my
name, you
apologies.
speak it out loud, and you thank him for him or her for their service. And that's how
And,
you lay the wreath.
And that's how you lay the wreath. And it's such an honor to do that for them. And you may not know them, but the bottom line is each and every one of them took an oath. They defended this country, and they deserve our thanks once a year, other than Veterans Day, other than their particular birthday.
Because of them, regardless of what their duty was in our armed forces, truck driver, cook, doesn't matter. Clerk, typist, doesn't matter. Because of them, we speak English. We did not speak Russian, German, Chinese, Japanese, or any other language. We can if we want to, but we can if we want to, but we're not required. English is our language.
See, thank you very much. Belarus and Belarus. English is my language, Robin.
Belarus it is.
I don't know about Mark, but I know me and him grew up on two languages, English and country. That was about it.
Country, that's right.
But Chris,
Good point,
thank
Chris.
you for everything that you've done and continue to do. And then, we've as every football coach will say, wait till next year. But we will wait till next year. But next year's only 32 days away. So
Yeah,
prepare
and,
thyself for the next year.
Yeah.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. To Rayford, thank you, and Lee for local media and actually national, because I know your podcast is heard around the country, around the world.
Actually, it is
Around the world.
Yeah.
Yes. But and to Morgan Starling for the Jacksonville Daily News, I will say this: I don't want to end on a sad note. I wish the local television stations would have picked up on this. They've had their chances.
Mm-hmm.
They've done some other good things, things we're thankful for. But one thing we have to remember, who we should really be thankful for, besides the man upstairs, is the people that are serving our military.
Yep.
And also our law enforcement. They may not be in there unless they serve both branches, law enforcement and military. But these people served our country. Please, please, please. Think Black Friday shopping. Save 34 veterans, please.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, I will see you. Go Cards, forward ever, backward never.
Yeah,
That's
we
right.
will
See you
see you tonight.
Yeah.
Prepare
Just
yourself.
warm.
Dress warm and make a lot of hot chocolate there, Rayford.
I got it.
Okay.
We're
All right.
good.
Have a blessed day.
You too. See you
too.
tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. Chris Marks, man about town. Man,
Yes.
he does a whole lot of
Yes.
good stuff for a whole lot of folks, and he's very, very
Yeah,
conscientious in the
sad
work
that
that he does.
there couldn't have been a story put out for the local cemetery here. After all, we house the largest amphibious base on the East Coast.
The
And
largest, we have the largest amphibious marine base in the world.
Yeah.
right. Well,
Second largest marine base in the world.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
U.S. Marine base.
U.S.
We'll work after the first of the year, and I'll sit down with Chris and see what I can do to help. Maybe have a couple fundraisers through the year.
Yeah, we can do that.
I mean, I know an easy fundraiser, you can make good money right
I
off
knew
the
a
bat.
professional
So-
fundraiser.
I do too. Yeah.
Yeah, she's over next door.
Yeah, but they looked at you.
when Marty and his team for dancing, when they can raise
Yes.
how much did you raise this year?
Me?
Yeah.
With 12, 13,000.
See, that'll buy a lot of reefs.
See?
Yes.
Divided by $34, that's a whole heap of reefs.
We could have a cookout. We could sell barbecue
could do
plates
that.
early in the year.
Yes.
That'll benefit for the Reeves
Yep.
because we don't want to interfere with what
Oh,
he will
absolutely
do
not.
later in the
Yeah,
year with his.
Marty gets involved
fundraiser.
beginning about
And I
you
still
start
have some
riding and doing
left.
all sorts of stuff around May.
Yes.
Well, we need to earlier the better. I
Yep.
mean, you get paired
Right.
up in February, you start. Then after that you can start practicing and fundraising.
Right.
March. That's what I'm planning on doing this year. Is trying to
Okay.
do that because
Yeah.
We didn't win that trophy this year. I let somebody else win it
You
this year.
Did you let somebody else? You did great though. Come out looking like Pitbull. And I was like, what in? I thought it was Garth Brooks at first. If you've been wearing a country hat, I would have sworn it was Garth Brooks. And those breeches he was wearing, spandex.
Sherwin-Williams.
He worked hard at winning that first place. Worked really hard at it.
The worst feed of Florida, he'd blow the shoes off.
No, it was just
Yeah.
like we were like,
Feed of Florida, he'd blow the shoes off.
Well, the judge, one of the judges, the male judge at this award him 5 years ago.
Yeah.
yes.
When I was dancing with Lisa Brown, he said, "Y'all did great, but Marty, never wear them breeches again." And I said, "Chuck, I brought him out of retirement."
He shouldn't talk some of the outfits he wears.
Oh no, yeah,
He's
he's
crazy.
a mess.
He is. He was enjoyable to listen to. So
Just a couple days shy of the nightmare on Pennsylvania Avenue, at least
Nightmare.
for world famous and the delusional elites from Hollywood and in the liberal ranks of the news media. I suppose that the extreme left elements in the Democrat Party, especially those who did such a fabulous job of picking a candidate to go up against a man that so many can only see him as a convicted felon, a candidate that lost his first bid for re-election in 2020 for a variety of reasons, not the least of which were his own self-inflicted wounds. A man that an aging Joe Biden beat in 2020. And in my opinion, and if you're honest, probably your opinion as well, a man that has done nothing but feed at the government trough for his entire life, Mr. Biden, offering little, if anything, to this country, who is failing fast even in 2020, a man that should not have been able to beat any candidate worth his salt that year, but he did. Those Democrats at the top of the political pile of horse manure knew he was a problem, and they knew they should have found a viable replacement for him a year or more earlier. Certainly after finally figuring out that Kamala Harris was a dud. No question about that in anyone's mind, I'm sure, not even in her own. But those at the top of the Democrats would not bite the bullet, instead counting on Trump not being electable, that Biden could easily win a second term, and they would deal with that issue at that time. Their timetable and their strategy was all wet, as they learned. Forcing Biden out and replacing him with what they considered their only option, they still counted on an American public, especially the Democrats, to get them through at least 4 more years. Democrats turned on them, ticked off because they felt like they were deprived of the opportunity to pick a Democrat to run against Trump. That ship had sailed, and it was taking on water faster than the DNC could bail. If the Democrats stand any chance in 4 years, they're going to have to make major changes at the top of their party. Not tough to do, and not that tough to find someone to beat whoever the Republicans choose in 2028. Since I don't do the party thing, I can only talk math, and right now, nothing for either party is adding up. If the only thing up the Democrats' sleeves is to bash Trump as they did during his first term, undermining him every step of the way, they'll still be up the creek in 4 years. If they were smart, stop the negativity and find a good candidate. Wake up and forget about being woke. And that's all the Democrat Party is concerned with these days, except they're losing Democrats just as fast as the Republicans are gaining Republicans.
It turned around, didn't it? Did anybody see the recent video that Kamala put out on X?
I saw some, I didn't read it, but I saw something somewhere that she looked like the morning after the night before.
It was rough, and it wasn't so much what she said that I found crazy. It was her appearance and the way she spoke. It was like she was coming off a hard drunk or something. I'm like, who thought this was okay to put this out?
I don't know whether she drinks or not, but she just looked like she had a bad night.
It was bad. It was. I don't even want to go over what Tim just said, but
I didn't hear it, and that's a good thing.
You know,
yes,
that's a good thing.
I mean, this, it went viral, but on it, she also bragged about how she raised $1.4 billion in donations. Okay, you raised that.
Where is it?
You spent it unwisely.
What was it? 10 million for Beyonce?
I don't know.
I think that's what
Oprah got
I
a
know
bunch of
Oprah
money.
got over 2 million.
Yeah, but I think it was 10 million for now.
I'll
I've
have to
seen
look.
it. I don't know if it was true or not. I think it was 10 million for.
They didn't do it free because they back in the
Yeah.
can.
They weren't actually they didn't come out supporting her to support her. They came out to support her because she paid them to do it.
Paid advertising.
Yeah.
And
That's
she,
all.
Maybe
when
that
she
meant
was
out
on
there,
the
And that way
I know
they
I
had
would,
to declare it.
when she was on the Oprah show, they had we found 2 payments under the FEC, the Federal Elections Campaign website, where before they had paid her $500,000 twice on October 15th.
But
It's come out since then that there was another $1 million that was paid.
Right.
So it was over $2 million for a paid appearance on the Oprah show.
and
then-
it actually should have been listed as during the appearance. It should have been said that this is a paid political announcement.
Should have.
Well, you would
Right.
think so. And then she had a interview with a guy with a morning show. What was that name of that morning show? but he's based in California. So they rented a hotel
Oh
room,
yeah.
spent all this money to make it look like it was on his set in California, paid to fly him there just to do the short interview in a hotel room. Right now, there are
They could have done the green
staffers.
screen to make it look that way.
Yeah.
There are staffers right now that last week were giving no notice thing. We're having to let you go. We don't have any money. They got no severance. Some of them are still owed money. And she's like $2 million in debt right now. At least $2 million in debt. And the DNC, the Democratic National Convention, is like, well, we're taking some of this money that we have right now and we're putting it towards some of these House representatives, some of these Democrats that are running for the House. We really need to put the money on them, because they were in ties and recounts and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know what she's going to do. But that video was the most bizarre video. I'm like, she'd done better not to do anything.
I guess you have to file bankruptcy.
But that video, she really does look bad. And she's just like, it's all she can do to even make the video. It was bad.
I meant to ask you that last time I told you on the phone, Raven. I mean, you were in the news business all them years. If you have to pay somebody like that, wouldn't you? Aren't you supposed to declare that being a paid advertisement?
First of all, in the news business,
right?
If you came walking through the door with a campaign hat on, if you came into my newsroom, or if you worked for me, you didn't even have a bumper sticker on your car.
Right.
Not in park the car in the parking lot. You could park it across the street in the church parking lot, but we didn't allow it.
Right.
We didn't. And we watched every story very carefully. I did, and we made absolutely sure there was no leanings one way or the other for the candidates.
Right.
And we would not send the same reporter to cover the same candidate on a regular basis. Okay. We moved them around. Got it. We had an assignment desk that would make sure those kinds of things happened the way they were supposed to happen, not the way they happen today, where they embed a reporter with you get to fall in love with them at that point in time, and you get all these perks and you get no, not going to happen.
Yeah.
And if I found that somebody was having a campaign party,
well, I can tell you,
shows up there, even on his own time. There's a lot of questions you're going to have to answer.
I can tell you there's a fine line there, though. Like, say you endorse me and you're some high profile person and you endorse me. You're doing that on your own. There's no way to say that I paid you to do that. But yet I paid the expenses to be on your show. It's all completely different, but just did a fact check, and a fact check said that no, this thing about the $10 million for Beyonce is not true, and that she did not pay for any public endorsements from any celebrities. Now, she didn't pay them to go out there and say it, but she paid to be on her show. So
you're not supposed to be on a news show. For instance, we had a morning show. We had news shows all day and all night, right? You didn't have enough money, or at least you didn't ever offer me enough to be able to come on that show. It was a paid appearance on the show.
Right.
Okay. That's not the way television news works, or it's supposed to work. And it did not work at that under my watch, ever. If you want to buy political advertisements, you go see the salespeople. They'll sell you an ad. It will not be done by a reporter. We did not do any commercials. Reporters were not allowed to do commercials. Period. Bottom line. Done. In fact, at one point in time when we had a change in ownership, finally got it through the heads of the salespeople that if you come into the newsroom, you got to come see me. You couldn't sit there and talk to a reporter. You couldn't have any conversations with the producers. You couldn't do it because you wanted them to show up at some pig picking or some event that groundbreaking for a used car dealership because you sold them advertising. You wanted us to cover it. No. Salespeople could not come directly to our reporters.
Okay.
Well, you can pay for an event production such as what she did on the Oprah show.
And, you can do that.
You can do that.
But not in news. That's where I was going.
Right. But you can do that as far as, and so that's what her expenses are listed as event productions, like when she paid Harpo, which is Oprah. It's event productions, but
What
I
was
really
the
do
event? Was it
think-
a regular? Was it a regular Harpo Oprah type of production or show
yes,
or what?
yes.
What-
But the thing about it is, and I know this is probably going to be Mike calling right. No, this is Theo. The thing about it is, you can, but I just find that that kind of money spent on those kind of productions was not well
It's extravagant.
spent. It's very extravagant.
Mhm.
When you could have done nationwide mailers, done more of those. And it's like the Joe Rogan interview. Joe Rogan is followed by what, 8 billion people or something. He is the most popular podcaster there is
Yeah.
in the United States,
So
probably the
far.
world. So
you're catching up.
yeah, we're catching
We'll
up.
get there soon.
But the thing about it is, and she turned that down. And he, for the first time ever, ended up endorsing a presidential candidate. So that did Trump a lot of good for him to go on that podcast. So why not spend your time for the airline ticket to go there and be on that show rather than spend all these millions of dollars for production events?
Yeah, staged stuff.
Right.
Hey, Theo, happy Turkey Day post.
Hey, deplorables, how you doing? I like when you have more than 4 people because I can call deplorables and it's a whole group.
Yeah.
Well, we only got 4.
Yeah, 4
Yeah.
is good.
Okay.
There's usually 3.
Well, see, it could be 5 if you'd have showed up. Why didn't you show up?
Why are you guys picking on my party?
Which
Why are
one?
you doing
I'm
that?
not picking on the
Or
party.
the
per
Communist
se.
Party or the Democratic Party?
The same thing. Ain't it?
Why are
Yeah.
you picking on my
Oh,
party? Let me just remind you, 4 years ago, your party was planning an insurrection. Huh?
No, not the
An
party.
insurrection.
The party didn't.
Here we
Okay?
go.
Where 140 police officers got hurt. That's your party.
That wasn't
Okay? And you voted for a felon, a felon, baby. Okay? A convicted felon. That's who you put in office.
You
The
voted for a loser.
Republicans did that.
Yeah. You got,
Okay, so talk about that.
well, let's compare it
Okay.
to Ted Kennedy.
On a
We have you to talk about
Tim, Tim, on a 4-year lie that the election was stolen. That's
Yeah.
your party.
Yeah. I believe all that.
I know you do.
I do.
Good for you.
I voted 4 times.
And your donations, you're worrying about what Kamala Harris got, but your donations were going for his legal fees.
Okay, hold
So
on.
you like
No,
that too,
that's
don't
not
you?
true.
No, I'm gonna change the subject on you. My wife and I just donated $60
Well,
to my
you
race.
just
When you
don't-
want to match that,
He's already made a
He's already done
donation.
it.
how much was yours?
120.
120.
Sure.
Well, I love you half as much. That's why I said 6.
Hey, did he bring any donuts?
No,
No,
I didn't.
The big spender. Did he bring any donuts today?
no.
we're not hungry.
We're trying to be gluten free around here, so
I know. It's always about the money with the Republicans. It's always about the
I'm
money.
broke. I'm broke, Theo. I don't have the millions of Greek money that you have.
I don't have $1 million, but I know how to take care of people with the little I have.
Well, I do too.
And you do a good job.
Good. All right.
You bought my supper one time.
Hey,
You bought my supper one time, didn't you?
Tim,
Yeah.
worry about the clowns he's putting in office. Okay?
I
Worry about those people.
I hadn't even kept. Theo, to be honest with you, I hadn't even
Of course
kept.
you haven't kept. Of course. Of course. When you going to keep it after he puts them in office? That they don't know what they're doing?
Well, he can. And he had a show one time where he fired half everybody, so I figured he'd
that was
fire
a
them
show.
too.
That was all a show. They
I
put
know.
that on. It's
Well,
a
he
show.
fired a bunch of them that he had in office, that
Yeah,
he
he did.
appointed to. Did he not?
So you guys don't like the government because you got professionals in the government. Now you're going to put these clowns in there. Now you're going to like the government.
Theo, have you seen that video that she just put out? I don't think you would.
What about it? What about it?
It was just everything about it. It just depicted her
So
as.
she had a bad day. You have bad days, don't you?
Yeah,
You
but I'm not going to make a
every day?
video and put it out for the world to see if I'm having a
Okay.
bad day.
Don't worry.
I don't
worry
think you
about
would have
her.
appreciated it. I don't think you would
worry
have.
about. She's fine. Hey, how much did we lose by Rayford? What was the popular vote?
It doesn't take but one.
My God.
Okay, but it wasn't as big as you thought it was.
No.
I don't
Too
even know how
many
big it
people
was.
voted.
Well, then look at it and then tell us tomorrow, Monday, how big the popular vote. What did he win by? 2 million?
Oh, I don't know.
That's a lot.
Of course you don't know.
I don't know. I don't pay attention to that. I just looked at who the winner and who the loser was that evening, and he got a whole lot more electoral votes than she got.
All right.
A bunch more.
Don't forget what party 4 years ago, insurrection to this country, black eye all over the
Carry
world.
that dead horse.
Yeah, I buried him.
Okay.
He's out there
So,
right
you
in the
guys
hood
have a
of
good
real
day. I might see you at the game today.
Okay,
I hope so.
good.
Tonight, come
You
on
should
down.
Come sit with us.
He's going to the football game.
Theo, if you come in,
Legalize brutality.
Theo, here's your thing. If you come in and when you start to walk in front of the bleachers, you pass the first set of bleachers and you go to the first aisle. All right, it goes up. It's to the right of the press box. Just go up near the top. You'll see us near the top, if not at the top. Generally, we see it about 2 rows, 3 rows down from the top, so I can get better pictures.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
All right.
Okay.
We'll put you in between me and Robbie. We'll keep you warm. We have heated chairs.
Yeah.
All right.
And the heat from the chairs, I hope keep
I
you
might
warm.
see you. Tim, nice to see you again. You look good.
Well, thank you. You are. I'm trying to keep up with the Theo Master, and it's a hard thing.
I'm too old for you, baby.
Well, no, it's hard to keep up with an authentic Greek guy that I really love and admire.
Hey,
You know, I
his
love you to
pedigree to
death.
be sure he's Greek.
I'm just going by what he said, and that's as far as I'm going. And I love Miss Carol.
You know,
And
how's the Theo, the four-legged?
he's doing fine. He's actually doing fine. Yes, he is. His sister, Charlotte, is doing fine too,
He misses you.
and he does miss you. He
All
does.
right, I'll have to make a visit one of these
You
days.
will.
When you invite me. You know when you invite me.
Theo, you got an open invitation to my house anytime you want. You know that.
When you want Greeks on the property, I'll come.
I'll take. You know how I love Greek mythology. You know how much I love that. And you're welcome to my house anytime. You know that.
Hey, Theo.
All right.
Theo, there was a restaurant, a little diner type restaurant in Wilmington years ago when I first started working there. It was called Mike's Restaurant, Mike's Grill, I think it was. And it's on the north side of Wilmington. And the guy, Mike, his daughter, his wife, they were all Greek, of course. And that was some of the best diner food that I've ever had in my life.
Wow.
That's where I learned to cook spaghetti sauce. You don't cook spaghetti sauce like Italians do.
Yeah.
This has got meat in it. It's basic meat first.
Yeah.
And that's what I like.
That's how I make my
what she
spaghetti
does.
sauce.
And I'd go in there and you could get a meal for anywhere from $1.25 to $1.75 for lunch. And get more than a normal human could eat. So anyway,
my
I
favorite-
love my Greek people.
Oh yeah.
My favorite place in Wilmington to eat was that, was it Whitey's or Whitley's?
Whitey's.
Whitey's. That was a
Whitey's.
fabulous place.
I'll tell you a story about that one.
Oh gosh, she's gonna ruin it for me.
Theo, you know I love you, brother. I mean,
I love you too.
I would not trade you for all the tea in China. Maybe $100 cash.
Love is all around us, buddy. Love is all around us.
Thank you, Theo.
Thanks,
All
Theo.
right,
Talk to you
take care.
later.
Have a good weekend.
We'll
everybody.
see you
See you
tonight.
tonight. Dress warm. Wear some underwear or
Yeah.
long johns.
Yeah, Kevlar ain't gonna work tonight.
No.
Yes.
You don't need Kevlar. You need just long johns
You
and
need something.
wear an extra pair while you're at it.
I'll be sitting on that recliner.
Okay, just to repeat, it's round 3 of the championship series tonight for high school football. And Jacksonville will be at home playing Cape Fear out of Fayetteville.
Yep.
Get your tickets online. I do not know that I doubt they'll be selling any at the gate.
I don't know.
Usually they don't.
Yeah.
Could be, but I
don't know.
would go ahead and purchase them online. They're cheaper.
Got mine.
$8.50. Just type in Jacksonville High School. I sent Candy the link, but type in Jacksonville High School. It'll come up Onslow K12.us, whatever. And just you can get it from there. But
Might be Steve.
why is Marty Thompson calling?
Not
She's
me.
probably calling from my phone.
I was like, aren't you here?
Are the locks changed now?
You can tell my favorite husband that if he wants breakfast, he needs to bring it on home.
I didn't know you. I thought you wasn't mad yesterday, but you were.
I think he's the he-man in the house. Can he come when he wants to?
Uh-oh.
Oh, here we
I
go.
don't live with him.
And that's when the fight started.
And that's how the
That was-
fight started.
He's a man. He's supposed to be the head of the household, Candy. He's supposed to go there when he wants to. Did she hang up?
She's
Yep. She better come over here. Yes, sir.
I think we better lock the gate.
Not only have the locks
I'll
been
see y'all
changed,
later.
not only have
Maybe.
the locks been changed, but all of Marty's stuff is in the front room.
I got a real nice garage.
You know you're my favorite. You're my favorite cousin today,
today.
and your wife is too. She's my
You're a
favorite cousin-in-law
troublemaker.
today.
You're a pure troublemaker
I
today.
love it.
Mm.
Yeah, I love Candy. I swear I'm just tickled to death.
I love throwing grenades too.
Yeah. I love to turn my wife said, you just love to turn that screw, don't you?
Yep,
I said, yep.
yep,
Tighten it
get a little
right on
tighter.
up. I don't do that. I don't do that, Diane.
Maybe
She'll
she's on
say
the,
something, and I'll say, well, I do what I want to inside.
It's
Anyway,
'Cause I
tonight,
ain't
Cardinal
vacuumed the house
football
yesterday.
game starts at 7:00.
Cardinal
Dress
Stadium.
warm.
Be there early.
Be there early.
If you show up at 7:00, you're going to be probably standing in a line.
That's right.
And it's going to be a little bit of an issue to get in the gate. We went to one of those games one time, and the line was wrapped up around the school. Some of the people didn't get in until halftime.
That's right. We were there early,
we
but
go
we
early.
watched the crowd build and
Wow.
build.
So if they win tonight, they're halfway there.
I think
It's
that's
six.
what
You
it
got to
is.
Yeah.
win 6
Yeah.
to be the
I
champion.
think
That's
so.
a whole nother season, ain't
It
it?
is.
They only played 9 regular season
I
games.
know.
Yeah.
Well, I know
15 games
Damon.
they got to play.
I know Damon is probably, because he was due to sign in December with UNC.
Better hurry.
So once football season's over, they're not gonna say you didn't make the deadline. They'll have him sign. But I know he's anxious to
Oh yeah,
sign that paper.
Yeah.
they need help too.
Yes.
Yeah, they do need help.
They'll have a new coach too.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of that going around, isn't
Oh
there?
yeah, this time of year.
Yep.
Well, East Carolina fired theirs in the last week or two before the last games.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Got to go.
Yeah, get on out.
All right. Monday morning, we'll be back in here. We'll be talking, of course. Chris Miller's going to be joining us.
No, not Monday.
He's
He'll
not.
be back to his regular schedule next
I
week.
thought he was going to call Monday to talk about the.
That's
the
this
game.
week. Oh, well, no. All right. Okay. I forgot.
Headlights coming up.
Yeah, we can have him call.
I think we need to talk to him on Monday morning.
Yeah.
Just do an analysis and find out what's next.
Stop.
Start with the thumb and then go to, and then
Bella
start with the pinky and go to.
Bella
and-
Reese.
Stop. Both of you. All of you.
Them postal workers are aggravating sometimes.
I'm gonna tell you what, we have a way of going postal too, so remember that.
You know,
Watch out.
We can go postal in
call Robbie in here to get her
Less than
rescued real quick.
30
So we don't
seconds.
get
So, you just need to remember
Robbie sent
that.
me to the store the other day to do some shopping.
Did you get some
stuff.
ice?
Nope, I had that. I bought that myself. But one of the things on there was mace, and I'm like,
Mace.
I got plenty of mace.
Cooking
Yeah.
mace.
Maze.
No, it's MACE.
Yeah, it's
Is it?
cooking.
It's
a,
a mace.
yeah,
Maize is corn.
Yeah.
That's Indian corn,
Yeah.
right?
it's for cooking.
But
Right.
mace, It's a spice.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
but
I knew that.
I looked all over that place for. I asked a woman there. I said, "You got any mace here?" She said, "I said, no, not that kind." She said, "Oh, okay." I mean, I thought I was the only one that was thinking like that, but
Yes.
apparently not. She said, "I never heard of it. You work here,
I've heard
Uh-huh.
of it
so we're
Never
gonna find the
used it.
mace."
with the rest of the spices.
She said, "Is this spices?" I said, "I guess so." She said, "Well, let's look." And we looked. And we looked. Nope, wasn't there.
How much of that?
I haven't
is-
found that mace yet. Robbie did come to a conclusion. She looked it up. It's got a bunch of other stuff in it, so she may do.
Yeah.
Okay.
This makes up mace.
Mm-hmm.
Has anybody else heard of mace? Have you ever used it?
I've never
No,
heard
I have not. I remember my mom having a bottle of
Uh-oh.
it in her spice cabinet. But as far as using it, no, I've never. If you can't use it on hot dogs,
told you.
chicken, or steak, there's no sense having it. Uh-oh. Yeah, things are about to heat up in here. So
What's that
anyway,
over
She
here?
might want to close the
I think there's a
door.
gun over here.
We don't need a gun. We need to run.
Okay.
I love you, Candy.
Uh-oh.
I love you, Candy.
Yes, honey. I'm leaving. I'll see y'all later.
Bye.
You want breakfast
I
was
know
her
you packing
question.
too.
Okay, anyway, so
Check your tires.
Okay. I always do when I come to your house.
check tires, okay.
Be sure you got an extra spare.
Anyway,
It's just tough to get out of that truck.
Okie dokie. So yeah, tonight the ball game's going to go at 7:00. Be there. If you want to come on up and just, we have our own little cheering section. If you want to join
yes,
us up there,
come join us.
come on up. If you got
We have a good
hot
time.
chocolate and stuff you want to bring, come on.
Yeah.
I won't have enough for everybody.
I
I hope Theo comes too. I'll bring an extra cup for Theo.
Yeah, that'll be great if Theo shows up. That'll be fun.
Might have to go get some more thermos jugs.
Yeah, I almost bought one.
What
the
if they
other
would
day.
just let me bring my cooker up? I did one time.
Well, you did one time. That was when we were up in the press box,
Mm-hmm.
and you brought a crock pot full of chili and
Oh, that would
crackers
That
and
was so
cheese. It was
good.
so good that night. It really
I
was.
need some. I got
My
one.
wife makes a mean pot of chili.
Oh, I do
swear.
too. What it made a couple bucks a year.
I'm blessed to have her. And I ain't saying
You
that
are.
because I'm on the air. But
Okay.
You need to
we were
start.
supposed to be in Mount Airy. We always go to Mount Airy the day after Thanksgiving.
Right.
They have the Christmas parade tonight.
Well, you still got time.
Oh,
And
Nice.
they had it early.
Oh.
They had it
Oh.
a week or two before, and then the kids we were having. So we decided, and both of us are give slap out. She's fixing to retire. She's got a lot of things to do, and she's been offered this job, and she's finally decided to take it, and she's trying to get all that. So she's been a busy girl,
Mhm.
really busy girl.
Good for her.
And she, just like yesterday, I said, I swear I need to go out there and trim them horses. She just looked right dead at me.
Mm.
She said, now you're tired. You don't need to be out there trimming them horses' feet. I said,
Now, do
"Yes,
you
ma'am."
understand me? You are tired.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, she know. I tell you what, I moved that furniture out of them offices, and then Wednesday I had to pull some railroad equipment out of the woods.
Hmm.
And I was tired. And I really was tired when
I
I
understand.
And she knew.
Wait till you get old.
Oh, wait, yeah, I know. I'm waiting on that. I'll be that way Sunday.
Well, happy birthday on Sunday.
Thank you.
Happy
Thank
birthday.
you.
29, one more time.
Yep, one more time.
Mm.
I might even be sexy at 2 minutes past the crack of dawn after that, because I'm only sexy at night.
Oh my gosh.
But she said I was sexy. I did look decent at the crack of dawn.
You mean talking about dark when it's dark?
Yeah,
Okay.
way dark.
Yeah.
No moon dark.
I got you.
Yeah, that's it.
We can get some blackout shades too.
Yeah, we need.
All right, folks. We'll be back on Monday morning. Have a great weekend. Go clean up the turkey mess that you made yesterday, if you
Yep.
made any.
Yeah, I got a little bit
Got
left.
some leftover turkey to eat. Go ahead and eat it.
Mhm.
And
Enjoy your day. Enjoy your weekend.
Y'all have a good one.
I'll be making some turkey. I am making some turkey.
And shop
Noodle soup.
smart.
Yeah,
Shop
be careful
smart.
out there. Shop
If you're
local
online,
if you
be
can.
smart.
Just do. If you can't get it locally, that's one thing. If if it just can't be done, but support our local businesses too,
Businesses, yes,
because we don't
yes.
want to see our brick and mortar businesses fail.
That's right.
We need to shop locally, and you'll end up getting as bad a good a deal. And I don't know how many times you have to return stuff because they shipped you the wrong thing,
That's
or they
right.
did this, or they did that,
Or you
or
have
it
to
didn't
worry
get here in
about
time.
porch pirates. It's just
It's like the stadium seats that I got the other day with heated seats in them. First thing
Mhm.
I did as soon as I heard about it, I headed right straight over there to the store that had them.
right.
I checked them online. They said, "Yeah, we got 2," and I said, "That's all I need." But let me get there. Got there. They did have 4. I think they had them. So anyway, I got them, and I got them right then and there. Robbie checked them out. Yep, they worked. So I didn't have to get them home and find out they didn't work,
Right.
and then ship them somewhere and not get them in time.
Right.
So getting them the first time is not always, and they don't necessarily look exactly like what you thought you were going to get.
Mm-hmm.
And oh yeah, batteries are extra. Nope. Everything is included.
Very good.
That's what I looked for, and that's what I got.
Very good.
Have a good one. If you come to the ball game tonight, look for us up at the top, near the top in the first row bleachers. It's just to the right of the press box.
Right.
And y'all have a good, safe weekend. If I don't hear from you anymore, have a great Christmas.
Great
I'll be
Christmas.
busy. Yeah, coming.
You're not going
If
to
I
hear
don't
from
hear-
us?
Well, I'll call you. I don't know if I can get a time to be
You
off
will.
or not.
Come
I'll
on
try.
back. We'll make sure you are.
Okay.
Okay.
That's a whole month away.
Yeah, it ain't as far as at my age. It's next week.
I was going to say we'll see you
Right.
tomorrow because that's what I would normally do on a Monday like
Mm-hmm.
this, but today's not a Monday like this. Today's a Friday like that. So we'll
Mhm.
see you on next Monday. Oh, Lord. Have a great weekend and be safe. Here live and local Real Talk right here on Facebook, YouTube, soon to be on whatever other platforms we end up with as soon as I can get them all figured out. I get somebody in here smart enough to do it for me. A fifth grader. If you know a fifth grader that knows anything about software, give us a call. We'll see you Monday. Have a great weekend.